Right tackle Braden Smith and defensive end Ali Gay both carted off with lower leg injuries. Smith's is believed to be a foot injury. And the Astros continue their series with the Yankees from the Bronx tonight. First pitch set for 6:05.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Happy hump day, everybody. Hope you're having a good one, whatever you're doing, however you're doing it. Thanks for spending a little time with us here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. That guy over there is Jason Minix, and we are happy to have you along today.
No, we are, man. And again, you know, it feels like football season is here.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I know we've been to Oxnard. That's generally the first sign post for me personally. Like, all right, get my week in Oxnard. You know, you're about 6 weeks away from the NFL, 4 weeks away from college football. And I know when I spend a afternoon at the Alamo Dome for the Alamo Bowl Pigskin Preview Luncheon, that we are days away from the start of college football. And that is what Reinagel and I did today. We went and had lunch on the floor of the Alamo Dome.
Little Rudy's barbecue. Pretty good. Always pretty good.
All right.
Well, wait a minute. What?
The cream corn was fantastic. The sausage was good.
My goodness.
My plastic fork broke on the brisket.
All right. So I had some turkey, which was pretty good.
I didn't get turkey.
I know you didn't. Are you opposed to turkey?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'd prefer brisket.
Uh-huh.
What?
Dude, I would have
gotta be honest.
I'd eaten a dog biscuit. I was so hungry.
You were hungry, and I get that. But I'm not going to eat the turkey, so I don't want it on my plate. I don't want to waste it, right? They got the potato salad on my plate before I could say don't, because I'm going to waste it. And whether I'm paying for it or not, and in this case I'm not, I don't want to waste the food. So, yeah, I don't want your turkey. I'm not going to eat it. Can I get more brisket? And the brisket, there were parts of it that were good. I could tell that brisket that I ate, that you and I were served out of, that was 2 different briskets. You know how? Yeah, well, they were. I mean, those were 2 completely different briskets. I know brisket well enough to know that, you know. And again, when you're doing a catering event like that, and I am a fan of Rudy's Barbecue. Don't get me wrong, but when you are slicing that much brisket and putting in trays and going to stations, I had 2 different briskets on my plate, and some of it was good, and some of it. Well, one piece broke the damn fork.
Here's a brisket snob.
I am. I am.
Come on, dude. I thought it was just fine.
I'm not going to lie. I am a brisket snob, and I like good brisket. I cannot lie.
Uh-huh.
And today was all right. Brisket. Sausage was great.
The sausage was good.
Cream corn is fantastic.
Yeah, see, I'm not a huge cream corn fan. I'll eat it.
Potato salad.
It was good. Beans were good.
Yeah. Are you a potato salad guy?
Let me ask you.
What?
Let me ask you a question, Minix. How much was your lunch today?
I said it was free.
Okay, then. Stop complaining.
Who's bitching?
You're bitching.
Who's bitching? You said it was great.
I didn't say it was great. I said it was okay.
Right.
It was all right.
If brisket breaks your plastic fork.
Well, are you trying to cut it with that? You trying to cut it with your fork?
Did you use a knife?
Yes.
If you need a knife with your brisket, what does that tell you? Well, honestly,
I always use a knife with brisket.
Brisket snob, yes, but brisket should be tender enough to just pull apart. You should be able to take your fork and cut it.
And cut it with a fork.
And cut it with a fork.
Okay, maybe a regular fork.
And well, even a plastic fork. I mean, brisket should pull apart. It should be tender.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, again, I did take out the knife, and that was the part, you know, because I stabbed the brisket and get the knife, and it broke the plastic fork.
Uh-huh.
Now, maybe that says more about the fork.
I think so.
Than the brisket, but.
Oh, my gosh. And y'all say I complain. Holy cow.
If I'm going to be a snob about something.
There you go. Maybe Lincoln Riley made it.
See, Lincoln, you know what? I didn't take photos of this brisket for obvious reasons. But you're right. Lincoln Riley would have been proud of that brisket.
Well, he can't coach football. He can't cook brisket. What can he do?
He's making a whole lot of money.
I know it. I know it.
We made a video when we were down there. And probably a good thing for Ryan Angle. The first part of the video, the lady, the volunteer that was recording us didn't hit start, so you didn't get to see the beginning of it. But go watch that video on the San Antonio Sports Star socials. Ryan Angle makes a bold claim.
Yes.
About Lincoln Riley.
Perhaps the worst coach in college football today. Perhaps.
Now, that's quite the statement.
That's quite a statement, isn't it?
That is quite a statement.
Or maybe the most overrated coach in college football today.
Mm-hmm.
That could possibly be it.
But there was a time when he was the hottest thing going, when he was the who's got the best brisket in your mind? You know, the burnt bean brisket, the Pinkerton's brisket, the Reese Brothers brisket. There was a time where he was that. You know, was he going to be the coach of the Cowboys? Remember all of that?
Jeez.
What happened?
That would have been a huge mistake by Jerry Jones.
It would have been.
Huge mistake. I don't know. Look, USC, they're supposed to be, USC.
Yep. But
they haven't been for a long time. And I don't know what's going on out there, what's happening. The only thing I think is it's Lincoln Riley. It was at Oklahoma. They couldn't wait to get rid of him. They were happy as hell that USC came calling.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, USC. Now they've got a real coach, and they're doing well.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was good to bash that USC helmet in person.
Bash
right to its face.
USC helmet to the helmet's face.
Right to its face.
Joe is so
I told
brave.
It off.
He's looking at, what do they call it, Troy the Trojan? Joe was staring right at that Trojan.
Well, there's a lot. That's happened a lot in my life.
You should not brag about staring right into a Trojan.
Yeah, when you're standing in the pharmacy and you're younger and you're
is that what?
Damn, I don't want to.
I'm glad that's what you meant by that.
I don't want to take this thing up and pay for it. It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
Well, back then, now I wouldn't give a damn.
Now somebody would question why you needed it.
Well, I don't, and that's the beauty of it, because those things are. Well, they're just not the same.
They're not, but there was a time when they were needed in your life.
Well,
and
yeah.
and if you are still in that time, you should not be embarrassed about buying that. You should be proud because you're telling that person at the counter, you know what? I am getting laid and I am responsible and safe.
Yes.
Why are you embarrassed about that?
Well, now it wouldn't be, because now I don't give a damn.
But
I'm talking about when I was young. Yes.
In Alice, Texas.
Yeah, you kind of. Because back then, now they have them just out in the open.
Yeah.
Back then, you had to go to the pharmacy guy.
Well, they were the magazines that were covered up behind the counter, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and they'd look at you like, boy.
Would they?
What you got planned?
Well, what do you think there, boss? I'm buying condoms.
What's that sheep's name?
A sheep. Good Lord, Alice, Texas is a wild place.
Woo-wee!
I mean, you're old enough when they were lambskin.
Oh, my goodness. Fun
All
times.
Right, Jed
fun
York.
times.
Uh-huh.
So this dude is still getting hammered.
Of course.
I mean, hammered. Unbelievable. What he tried to we're going to get into it later, but there's a brothel in Vegas, in Nevada.
Well, of course there are.
Wants to teach him how to pay for real prostitutes.
It's a class. I mean, we're going to Vegas tonight. You going to go take the class?
No, I'm doing.
Go buy some condoms and go to class.
My wife is going to be there. I don't have to go to a brothel.
I mean, there are some that might actually take their wife. You got to pay extra for that.
Well, that might be interesting. I had thought about that.
I know your wife. She ain't going.
No, she ain't going. Are you kidding me? I'm looking forward to that. It is a getaway day for us because we will be boarding an airplane here shortly. I say shortly, a few hours, and headed off to Las Vegas. Vroom, vroom. Can't wait for that. We're doing our show out there tomorrow and Friday at Circle Las Vegas. And looking forward to it. In fact, what you were telling me today on the drive back from the Alamo Dome, got a lot of people going, a lot of listeners.
A lot of listeners going. Now, here's the thing, because I learned yesterday about a guy that is going. That was the first I'd heard. If you're going to Vegas for Circa this weekend, let us know. Now, granted, chances are we're going to run into you at some point, but it is kind of nice to know as we organize the various activities for Saturday or Friday night or Thursday night or, well, hell, tonight. And that'll be the thing when we get on the plane. How many people are we going to know that are going out there? Because, it happens every time. Now, it's funny because, I say funny, because Vegas is Vegas. We'll have all these people say, yeah, man, let's meet at this bar at this time. And, 1 year, I don't know, 30-some-odd people are there. And then the next year, like 6. But 30 people said they were showing up, or 40 people, whatever it was. And like, hey, dude, where you at? We're Vegas.
Yeah.
Or I just got out of bed. Sorry, I missed it. Because we kind of go, I don't want to say too early on Saturday, but football starts this Saturday. 9 a.m. kickoff in Vegas time, 11 a.m. here with that TCU game.
I just became the biggest North Carolina fan on the planet.
And that's saying something, considering who their coach is.
I'm just saying, TCU has stepped in a pile of dog crap today.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that.
Yep.
But, yeah, they really have, and they've pissed off a lot of people, and rightly so. We'll get into that coming up here in a minute. We got a lot to get into today. Again, we were down at the Alamo Dome for the Valero Alamo Bowl kickoff luncheon, which I love because it is football season. You see a lot of people down there you don't see very often anymore, which is kind of cool. Just kind of shaking hands with people that you just don't see.
Well, once a year.
Oh, once a year.
Sometimes
Absolutely.
if you leave your bubble, Joe, you'll run into people.
And there's more news on this college football thing. In fact, the NFL is making a statement on the college football players leaving the pros to go back to college, and the circle that goes on and on and on. We'll tell you the latest when we return here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Fall Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your work day golf buddies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at Silverhorn Golf Club. Monday, September 21st. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 a player. The Fall Golf Classic benefits First Tee Charity, so you're having a great time for a great cause. San Antonio Sports Star Fall Golf Classic, presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and in part by Flight by Yingling and PPL Motorhomes. Grab your spot now at sasportstar.com.
Something big is coming. Hey, it's James Pledger with 941 San Antonio Sports Star, and on September 2nd, DraftKings Game Day arrives with massive deals, exclusive deals, and an all-day celebration built for sports fans. The countdown has begun, and all roads lead to Game Day. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in all 50 states, and that includes right here in Texas. One app, every sport, all 50 states. DraftKings Game Day is yours. So remember the date, September 2nd. DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff to a new season, a new era, and the biggest day in sports history. So get ready to celebrate. New DraftKings customers sign up with code 941SportsStar, spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That's code 941SportsStar in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions is CFTC registered, introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim, issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Terms dkng.code/predictions promo. Nationwide based on sportsbook predictions and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
At Davis Law Firm, we know that after a serious accident, every second counts. When you call the Fours, we can connect you with medical care immediately, and we'll start fighting for the cash recovery you deserve right away. Our team of experienced attorneys is ready to help 24/7, and there's no fee unless we win. Call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. San Antonio, Austin, Corpus Christi, Laredo, RGV, Permian Basin. Attorney consultation by appointment only.
We love high school football and a team you can always count on. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quartermoon is here to tackle the toughest challenges, from plumbing mishaps to AC troubles, with the same dedication and passion that drives a winning touchdown. Our playbook is simple: fair prices, expert service, and a commitment to local families. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, your winning solution for a comfortable home. Proudly serving our community with local hospitality. From the penthouse to the outhouse to the schoolhouse, call Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
If you or someone you love is struggling with alcohol or drug use, you do not have to carry it alone. I'm Peter McCarthy of the San Antonio Council on Alcohol and Drug Awareness, known as CICADA. We help people take the next step with compassion, privacy, and no judgment. You do not need all the answers, just a safe place to start. And 90% of our services are provided at no cost. Call CICADA at 210-225-4741. That's 210-225-4741. Or visit cicada.org.
AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson in the morning.
I mean, it is kind of weird for a teacher to be FaceTiming a student.
It is, yes. It is
At
something
night.
that it's hard to imagine.
I am the father of a 14-year-old high school student.
Rob, you're like that, first of all, that's a child, but when you're the child, you don't feel like a child.
No.
All the parts work.
Yeah, you don't feel like a child when your math teacher's pulling out her boobies on FaceTime.
Trying to get an A.
You don't feel like you're being groomed.
Hey, maybe your son's like you, just wants to know what the nipple looks like.
Maybe so.
You never know.
Maybe so.
And then other stuff, but that was one of the stuff.
I hope that's how his mind works. A proud papa.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, boy.
Proud papa.
AJ and Rob, weekday mornings 6 to 10, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The Golics are back. Catch them tomorrow morning at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And Jason and Joe are back right now on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He's Jason. We're getting caught up in these videos of devastation, man.
This massive mudslide in Nepal near the Nepal-China border. And I got to be honest. Now, we were at the Alamo Dome earlier and, not really being around the computer for a long time and then getting here. I saw something like this, 40 minutes ago. I thought it was something fake.
It looks fake.
And like out of even a bad movie, it almost doesn't look real. But this, go live your life, people, because you never know when it's going to end. There's people running in this video. Like, they know this mudslide is coming.
And they don't have a chance.
They've got no
chance.
And this is happening within the last hour. So any kind of death toll and damage. But, we're watching video of, like, entire neighborhoods just disappear.
Wiped out. Yeah,
Wow.
I tell you, it's crazy stuff. So,
Wow.
God bless those people.
Watching those people run, and again, it looks like it's something out of a bad movie.
It really does. It's not good. You know what else looks like it's out of a bad movie? This whole college football thing, and Lane Kiffin is the star. Apparently, reportedly.
It does feel like this could be a Netflix drama. All right, so let's see. It's 2:19. What has changed in the last hour? Because that's kind of how it feels. What the rules were Monday are different than today on Wednesday. Go find yourself a judge and change things. And, obviously Kiffin is pushing back on eligibility, the double standards with the court, although the SEC voted unanimous. So that means LSU's AD or president voted against his head coach.
Yes.
Right? But at the same time, he's got a judge. And then there's the reports. And again, everything that you would know about Lane Kiffin says this is true. They had these players lined up with lawyers ready to go. As soon as this happens, here's what you need to do. Let's just get to the damn games.
File a lawsuit. Well, the NFL, according to Adam Schefter, is chiming in on this, and they're going to provide clarity, according to Schefter, to clubs later today regarding league rules governing player eligibility that have been in place and remain unaltered. A player that goes back to college this season will be prohibited from signing with an NFL team this year. And
won't be subject to a future draft.
Yes, exactly. So interesting stuff. So apparently that rule's been in place, according to Adam Schefter. This is not anything new that the NFL just put into place. It's always been there.
Now, here's one of the things as we all learn more about it. My first initial reaction when you see this tweet from Adam Schefter, and once the league gives its clarification later today, because obviously their lawyers now have to figure out what the hell do they need to do, right? So if a player goes back to college and let's just say week 5, he can't show up in the NFL. Like if he quit LSU and decided to go back to the Browns, that won't be allowed. And he won't be subject to a future draft. So it's not like next year he can go back in the draft. So, obviously the main focus is on number 1, that tight end that left Cleveland. Cleveland, this is where I want clarity. Does Cleveland still have his draft rights? So the rights to this particular player, like they do with Major League Baseball, or, all right, you're done. You're available to sign with whoever, but you can't get drafted. And the financial impact of that is massive.
Huge.
Because undrafted guys don't sign for big money. Now, what I'm curious of is if there is a player out there, kind of like what we've seen with the supplemental draft. Let's go with, Sorsby wanted a supplemental draft. The NFL said no. A few years ago, the Cowboys were able to get La'el Collins that way because Collins was subject to a criminal investigation. He had nothing to do with it. But at the time of the combine and the draft, there were questions. Once he was cleared, he was able to sign with whoever. And that cost him millions because he would have been a high draft pick. So, but is there a cap, and I don't know the answer to this, on what undrafted players can sign for? So in other words, it feels like the NFL is trying to put a financial hindrance on guys going back.
Well, but it's always been there, according to Schefter. This is not something new. He says it's been, according to Schefter, he says this rule has been in place for a long time. So it's everybody should know that rule, including the guys that are leaving now.
Yeah, but it's never happened before, so it's a rule that's there that has never been needed, so nobody really knows what it means.
So, true. But, yeah, I didn't know it was there, but according to Adam Schefter, it's been there and has remained unaltered the way he says it and describes it for a long time. So it's interesting that this is coming out now, and the NFL is going to tell its clubs this rule's there. If you didn't realize it, guess what? It's there, and it needs to be enforced.
Now, again, because this player was waived and cleared waivers, according to Schefter, the way I interpret this tweet, he is technically a free agent, but he's not subject to a future draft. So do they then put a rule in to make sure that you can't sign an undrafted free agent for, say, the salary scale for a third-round pick? Right? I wonder, because they really have – the way the NFL can stop this crap from happening is to make it financially a very, very dumb decision for you to go from the NFL back to college and then try to come back to the NFL. Money talks. It's all about the money. And right now, some of these guys feel like they can go back to college and make more money. True. But if you come back to the NFL, guess what, man? That cash cow isn't going to be there for you.
No, it's not. But I guess if you're a college or a pro player that you're not going to make in the NFL and never have a chance, you want to go back for that one last payday. That's the only thing I think of. But I'm glad that the NFL has this rule. I didn't realize that. Now we know. We'll hear more about that coming out. Apparently, the Big 12 is about to follow suit with the SEC and the Big 10. and the ACC apparently is going to do the same thing. Now, neither one of those groups have made it official yet, but they're going to ban players from coming back into their league. So Notre Dame may be the best team on the planet because they can legally do it without anybody batting an eye.
And again, the question is Notre Dame going to do it? And it's funny, the NFL owners' meetings are taking place right now. I think the SECs have all the suits are together, right? At every level, it feels like the SEC suits are together having their meetings. The NFL owners' meetings are going on right now. So there should be some resolution from the suits. But I do think from a financial standpoint, the NFL clock doesn't reset for these guys that leave. For some, yeah, it might make financial sense for the now, but if you look big picture, and for the need to be, for Adam Schefter to point out a rule that none of us knew existed. I didn't know that existed.
Apparently, NFL teams didn't know, and the NFL saying we got to remind these clubs that this rule is there.
Well, because it's never happened before,
right? Yeah.
So, and then, but also for the agents that are advising these players, they need that reminder, and this is where you hope they're looking big picture as opposed to the amount of money that's in front of them right now.
Well, it's crazy. The other thing that we've got to look at, and it's being reported everywhere now, is that LSU and what they've done, and I think this is kind of getting swept under the rug from for a lot of reasons, and we're concentrating on other things. But apparently LSU, Lane Kiffin, whomever, were calling these players and advising them to file these lawsuits. And if that's the case, I mean, the NFL could actually sue LSU for that because it's tampering.
Yep.
And so this could be a bigger thing than – so in all honesty, and I'm not a Lane Kiffin hater, but he stood up on that podium and flat out lied to everybody. Flat out lied. He knew what was going to happen. He knew exactly what was going to happen. So it was, well, everybody else is doing it, so we have to do it too. That's BS because he knew it was doing it, and they started the can kicking down the road.
Well, again, though, I don't know if Lane lied. In the sense of he knew what was happening. He knows what the next play call is going to be. But those are the rules. All right, what are the roadblocks going to be? As a coach, you anticipate what are they going to do next, and then what's our plan after that? And he's got his game plan ready to go to get these players because the current set of the rules are there.
But he started the ball rolling. That's
sure.
What I'm saying. It's not like everybody else is going to do it. So he told those players and advised them and their counsel or whatever it was that this was going to happen. And as soon as it does, file the lawsuit. I mean, that's what LSU is being accused of. CBS Sports has a report out on it, and there's several others. This is not a small thing that, Lane Kiffin is innocent in all of this. He's not. He's not. And I think it's something's got to be done about that. I don't think the NFL will take the time to try and do anything with LSU, but this is, I mean, it's tampering, right? I mean, if the Cowboys went over and tried to steal, I don't know, somebody from the Texans, they'd get pretty pissed off about it.
Well, they would, but is it tampering? It is tampering, but is it punishable if you're in a different league, right? That's what I mean. Like, Roger Goodell can't do anything to Lane Kiffin. Right, the player, for whether he was working at it. I mean, we can call it tampering, but is there anything punishable there? It's not like he was, and there's tampering in college sports all the time. But how do you enforce that? There's no way for the NFL to punish Lane Kiffin and LSU for tampering with a player who left an NFL organization to go to LSU. I mean, sure, it's tampering, but is that the right word for it?
Well, I mean, if you're trying to tell a player that is on a current NFL roster to file a lawsuit so you can come back and play in college, that's tampering.
Well,
is it not?
Well, I mean, I mean, yes, but there's no way to enforce that if you're the NFL.
Well, I don't know. And you've got there's lawyers and judges that can find a loophole for anything. And if the NFL wanted to do something at LSU, I'm sure they could do something.
But if the Cowboys were to talk to the tight end and say, we got Schoonmaker, he sucks. Dude, get yourself cut in Cleveland and we're going to sign you. That's tampering. And punishable. Roger Goodell could punish Jerry Jones for that. If Lane Kiffin was talking to Arch Manning and said, you know what, I know it's August 26th, come on down to Baton Rouge. All right, cool, let's go home. That's tampering, and the SEC could punish them. I don't know. That's what I mean. Is tampering is the right word, but is it the right word in this case? Because you've got a college organization talking to a player in an NFL organization, and it feels it's just a mess. Can we get to games already?
Well, I would love to get to
games
yes,
already.
I would love to do that, but unfortunately, we can't because, again, and you want to look at these college coaches, they're in such pressure now, especially with money involved, to win. And guys like Lane Kiffin, who are kind of skirt the rules anyway, look, I mean, they're going to do whatever they have to do to win and put a winner on there. I mean, he couldn't wait to get to LSU. That's where he wanted to go. It's where he's always wanted to be. And he's finally there, and he's got to produce a winner. And so I think these coaches are going to do whatever they have to do. And if this is true, and they're just reports right now, but if it's true, then something's got to be done. You can't just let that go, can you? I mean, I don't know who can do something about it. I'm not a lawyer. But if this is true, to me, that's pretty bad. and again, I say he was lying. He certainly wasn't telling the truth. I mean, I don't know what you call it. He knew. He acts like he was some innocent victim up there.
Lane Kiffin speaks is what you call it. And then you decipher whether you're buying it or not.
Well.
Because it's Lane Kiffin.
We're talking about sweeping for bugs at Ole Miss.
Exactly.
That's who we're dealing with.
Exactly. Eloy on Twitter says, can't the NFL just get rid of this by creating a G League type program for players who need development and get paid? The answer is no. The NFL wants nothing to do with a G League or a minor league. They've got college football, and you've got spring leagues. And my involvement with spring leagues, going back to the Alliance, that's always been the question. Can you partner with the NFL? And especially offensive linemen and quarterbacks, especially quarterbacks. Those third-string quarterbacks, they could get reps in the spring league.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive linemen need those reps. Those are the two position groups that I heard talked about the most that would benefit from having some sort of a two-way contract. The reason, it's about the money.
Mm-hmm.
The reason
Always.
the NFL doesn't want that is insurance. Who's responsible if one of these guys get hurt? And if you are, say, signed to the Dallas Cowboys and you're the third-string quarterback and you are playing for the San Antonio Commanders and you get hurt, who's responsible, the Alliance or the NFL team?
Well, the NFL team is.
Except for you were playing in the spring league, and now you've got a quarterback that's gotten hurt. It would make all the sense in the world, is simple as it sounds, or as dumb, but the expense of it. But who ultimately is responsible? And then from the NFL side of things, does that count towards your games played when it comes to getting vested and retirement? Who actually is responsible for the player? That was the hang-up in the Alliance, and unless anything's changed, my most recent conversation with anybody involved in the UFL, it was the same thing. There are some things they're working on together, the UFL and the NFL, but players ain't one of them.
Well, it's interesting, and this is a mess for college football until they kick off, and I think maybe everybody forgets about it and you go along your way. But again, that's why this whole mess that started 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever it was, NIL and transfer portals and everything else, and here we go. And it's just coaches now are under so much pressure to produce a winner right away that because of the money. And if they don't, well, they're probably not going to have a job very long. And that's the problem, and that's where we're at right now. Speaking of coaches and players and all that kind of stuff, and it's a different sport, but who cares? The Missions. We've got some tickets to give away to go see the Missions take on the Midland Rockhounds. A family 4-pack of tickets, in fact, for Tuesday night. It is $2 Tuesday, of course, brought to you by 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you would like to go on Tuesday, September 1st, well, all you have to do is be caller number 9 at 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Good luck to caller number 9. RJ Ochoa, Blogging the Boys, joins us next here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Cowboys is a preseason wrap as the Cowboys host New Orleans.
He caught the ball. Touchdown to Pickens.
Pregame at 6, kickoff at 7.
Somersault to the goal line. Touchdown, Prescott.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and the Davis Law Firm, San Antonio's home for Dallas Cowboys football.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a social media manager.
Did you just post our Q4 earnings to your personal social media?
Oh yeah, used a trending audio and everything.
That's confidential financial data.
Relax. It only went a little viral.
The SEC just commented with the eyeball watching emoji.
This is your job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
$30 million in guaranteed prizes. Cash in this football season in Las Vegas with 3 Circus Sports contests. Entry starting at $1,000, all with no rate. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action. Circus Survivor, pick one winner each week, no point spread. And the Big Daddy, Circa Grandissimo, with a $100,000 entry fee. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. Visit circusports.com for details.
Okay, all signed up. Easy. Now let's run payroll. What the? Hey girl, I'm you with more gusto. Nice. Who's that? New social media manager, hired and onboarded with gusto. And spoiler, we're kind of famous now. Wait, we're famous? Oh, well, I'm famous. Payroll, benefits, and HR. Designed and built for small businesses. Choose a future with gusto.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
Lots of college teams have school traditions, like Gig 'em, to get the word out about Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC and Heating. I suggest we institute the following Quarter Moon Yell. Plum 'em!
Plum 'em?
We've got a whole team of fully stocked trucks, and our customers are the best in Texas. I say Quarter Moon, you say Plum 'em. Quarter Moon!
Folks, at Quarter Moon, we have a spirited tradition of solving every home problem imaginable, from plumbing to air conditioning to heating. Call Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC and Heating, day or night, and we'll fix them.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
George gets justice. If you've been injured, get George, because George gets justice. With over 100 years of combined experience and a relentless dedication to your case, the attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers will fight for what's right. If you've been injured and it's not your fault, get George and get the compensation you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
I was going to leave. They said, all you cool people better, or all you, what did he say? Better leave?
You better stay right where you are, sir.
Okay. I am one of the cool people. I'm just saying.
Fumble.
So I got to stay here.
If you've got to tell yourself you're one of the cool people, you're not.
Well, I'm not telling myself that. I knew it already. I'm just reinforcing the
you're still here.
I'm here. Well, I don't have a choice. You know, I'd kind of like to get that paycheck at every other week or whatever it is.
I'm with you.
So I'll stick around until they tell me to leave or until my fob doesn't work. Isn't that how it works around here? You just walk up to the building going to work, and you can't get in.
Yeah, that's happened to some people here. Key fob got turned off before the meeting happened.
Oh, that didn't happen to RJ, did it?
No.
Oh.
In fact, this key fob probably still works.
Probably does.
I mean, kind of like a cockroach, man. He just won't go away. RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com on the Buyers Barricades guest line. You know, that reference, too, Malik Davis is kind of that way for the Dallas Cowboys right now, and you wonder, you know, a lot of fans, like, why do they keep him around? Why do they keep him around? Hell, he might be RB2.
Yeah, well, happy hump day, first of all. But, yeah, Malik Davis just – I mean, I would attribute – to be a cockroach, you got to have dudes who are not dogs, right? Like, that's part of what being a cockroach is. You got to have dudes who do not seize the opportunity so that your seizing appears impressive by comparison. So if you've got a problem with Malik Davis making the team, maybe file it with Jadon Blue. Maybe turn his key fob off. Maybe you're pissed off he can't, fully take the bull by the proverbial horns, which is a little bit more literally meaningful to him than anybody else. Be pissed at Phil Maffa, like I am, who had an opportunity, just like Jadon Blue, to take this job and run away with it, but neither did. And so Malik Davis is here. He survived. The nuclear war is over, and he's all that's left.
Well, it's funny, RJ. I wonder, because the Cowboys keep saying that there might be moves to be made. Is there a move perhaps to go out and find a veteran running back to add to this group? Because quite frankly, I'm with you, Blue. I don't know whether he's going to hang on to the football or not.
These are rich people problems, right? The fact that we're sitting here, we're like, man, just don't feel great about the guy that's going to supplant Javonte Williams, right? Like Jason smoked the meat, everything's fine. It's a matter of these aren't quite the tortillas. I'd throw it in for the taco. This isn't my favorite barbecue sauce, but the meat of it all, no pun intended to my analogy, is perfect. This is not the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth place I would look to add. In a perfect world, do you have somebody who you feel better about instead of Malik Davis at RB2? Absolutely. I don't think you can deny that. But given the work they've done to the roster, given all the, different ways that people have impressed, for this to not be, exactly where everybody wants it to be, I think is okay, given that today is August 26th.
RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com with us here on The Blitz. After the second preseason game, you were very excited in tweeting.
Orgasmic, even.
Yeah. Now, granted, it's preseason, and it gives you something to be excited about. Malik Davis is one. And QB2, you think that competition is over?
Yeah, and, I've got some egg on my face here. I thought Sam Howell was going to win it. I did not think it would be close. I think Joe Milton deserves an enormous amount of credit. I think, if you want to throw Will Greer some credit for jumping on the coaching staff right before training camp, you can. I think Brian Schottenheimer deserves credit. I think, when you have an offensive coach and he gets his hands on a young prospect, somebody who's obviously as intimately involved in the offense as Shotty is, and when you see this development, it's really impressive. And and that Joe Milton has been able to calibrate that rocket arm, right? The fact that he's not just like burning holes through dudes anymore is really impressive. I mean, he's playing quarterback, right? Which is there's a big difference between having a big arm and ultimately playing the position. And so that's wonderful to see. And at the same time that Sam Howell just is floating away, is just kind of solving that question for us. And I think ultimately that's what you want. It would be great, obviously, if Sam Howell had played well as well. But right now we'd be sitting here saying, like, I don't know. I think Milton, I think Howell, whatever. But the fact that they've played to the degree that we're able to check that box off and say, we don't have to worry about this position anymore, and that Joe Milton is under contract for next year, he's the ideal winner, ultimately. Like, this has gone as well as it possibly can. You've got your starter through 2027. You've got your backup through 2027. And with next year's quarterback class being deeper than it usually is in the NFL draft, you can spend your day 3 pick on a future guy to potentially be the heir apparent to Dak.
All right, RJ, it's interesting. Caleb Downs obviously has gotten all the excitement in camp, and since he was drafted, and all the merchandise that was in the fan shop there in Oxnard was all Caleb Downs all over the place. But Jayshawn Barham, is that how you say his name? He's the guy that Louis Riddick said today, it's not Caleb Downs you need to watch out for, it's that dude.
Well, it is Jayshawn Barham. Congrats on that pronunciation.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know anyone who was as scorned by the amount of Caleb Downs T-shirts available at the Cowboys Pro Shop, other than you. So you win that contest, Joe.
Dude, unbelievable. There was a gold jacket in there too, RJ. It's amazing. Had his name on it.
That was not.
I think some of this is a product of, if you'd asked everybody at the beginning of the offseason what the 2 biggest positions of need were, they would have said corner and linebacker. And they haven't fully answered corner, but they brought in Kobe Durant. He's kind of played well. Savon Ravel obviously has played better his second year. But that middle of the defense, I mean, D. Winters is not, anything to, write home about. And I also think, Jayshawn up in Ann Arbor did not necessarily play off the ball like this. Jayshawn put his hand in the dirt and was rushing the passer. And so in a way, he is already proof of concept that this defensive staff can identify something, can work towards something, and can turn it into something successful. And that is a really exciting development of philosophy that gives you a natural trust in the scouting department and the coaching staff and everybody who gets a hand on this to ultimately get it from point A to point B. Also, I think Jayshawn Barham is a physical monster, and he's kind of a great one-liner, despite the fact that he doesn't seem to enjoy media attention. He's the guy who, like, he throws a pile of screws in his mouth for Skittles, you know what I mean? Like, he's just a dude who destroys everyone around him, where Caleb is a little bit more polished and in front of the camera. And so each their own in that respect. The fantastic thing is they're both on the team and both part of the draft class.
And he was a third-round pick. We never talked to him when we were in Oxnard during our Cowboys training camp coverage, RJ, and he didn't participate a lot because of whatever that nagging injury was while we were there. So we didn't get to really see him. 13, you watch that and you went, that dude's a stud, right? We didn't see 55 a lot. But we talked to Brad Sham out in Oxnard on the Blitz, and Brad, has his routine of meeting with the rookies and going through, and he was like, he hadn't met this guy yet. And, he doesn't do a lot of media, but he said he was talking to one of the staffers, said, I really need to talk to him. And the guy was, and I'm paraphrasing Brad, you can go back and listen to the interview, like, good luck, that guy. And Brad said hurt somebody, but that's not what he said. And Brad's question was on or off the field. And the staffer said both. But everything you hear about this guy is he could be that stud. Louis Riddick today said he might be the best Cowboys linebacker since Sean Lee. That's pretty high praise.
Yeah, I mean, I also think that just in a small way, overglosses one of the people who wore 55 since then, and Leighton Vander Esch. I think at his peak, Leighton was fantastic as well. But, it's easy. I think the low-hanging fruit, and that's why we all take it when it comes to Christian Parker, is the defense back area, right? It's easy to look at Caleb Downs and say, like, that's his guy. And even then, easy to look at Jalen Thompson or Kobe Durant or Savon Ravel and be like, oh, he's coming from working with Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. And so, like, this is his, his comfortability. This is his neck of the woods. But in the same spirit, I mean, Christian Parker was a part of the Eagles who had Jalen Phillips last year. And that's who Jayshawn Barham is. I mean, like, he is that guy. He's we call Caleb Downs the queen on the board because he is so versatile, because he can do a number of things. But Jayshawn Barham is the queen of the front seven, right? Like, he can rush the passer, he can back in coverage, he can run side to side. I mean, he is very versatile in that respect as well. And he does have, like, football is an awesome game. We all love it. But some people, to be successful, you got to have a special quality about you where you just hate everybody and you just everything and you're offended that anybody would even step on the same field as you. And Jay Sean's kind of got that. And so, sometimes you look at people in life and you say, I'm glad that guy's on my team. And that's exactly how I feel about Jay Sean Barham. Like, I would not want to worry about him anywhere else in the NFC.
I don't want to completely blow smoke, but, I mean, we haven't played a real NFL game yet. But watching him last week, and I was telling this to Jason, and I'm one of these that preseason performances are preseason performances. But when you look at that guy and his athletic ability and his quickness off the football, I mean, you can't help but be amazed by it. And I was watching that last week, and the way he gets to the quarterback, gets around linemen, it was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's got great football instincts, right? He's just got a natural feel for where the ball winds up, for where the action winds up, and I think that's a quality that sounds like it's something that you're just born with, but it is something that you can kind of feel and you can kind of learn, and obviously you study and you prepare, and you have coaches who put you in the right positions more often than not, and I think we're seeing him be the primary beneficiary of that. I mean, he really exemplified that, I thought, on Saturday night in Arizona. And I don't know that he'll be the team's starting middle linebacker come week 1, but I think he'll start more games at middle linebacker than anybody else across the whole of the season. I just hope for his sake they don't start selling too many of his jerseys so that you don't get all pissed off and up in a tizzy the way you are with Cliff Down.
RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com with us here on the Blitz. Final preseason game is Friday, then it is cut down day. Who do you think will be a surprise cut, like a Sam Williams? Does he make the team? Jaden Blue, does he make this team?
I don't think that Sam would be a surprise at this point in time. I think that they've been pretty telegraphing about that it's one of him or Marist Liufau. That's become all the more obvious in the aftermath of acquiring Vaughn, obviously. I think Jaden makes it. I think he's got that rookie contract working, at his back. Sometimes that can be some wind in your sails. You still have 2 more years of team control over him. Even if you do cut him and bring him back, now you're messing with that math. I think the shocker or the heartbreaker, I think that there are 2 really possible names. It could be one of Camden Brown or Jonathan Mingo. Now, Jonathan Mingo did not have the hearts of many Cowboys fans for a long time, but I think he's played himself into that. And I don't know that they can carry both of them. I think that, people are going to be pissed off that they keep Luke Schoonmaker over, say, Camden or Jonathan Mingo.
Yes.
And I think similarly on the defensive side of the ball, I think Justin Barron had the 3 interceptions, obviously, against the Rams in the scrimmage, but, hasn't really popped ever since then. I could see that one being, people getting upset about. But Julius Wood, the safety, that's probably, going to be the, all caps, no, quote tweet that everybody has. But thankfully, I mean, right now when you break down, I would say guys 50 to 60 on your proverbial 53-man roster, there isn't anybody that you really feel like you simply cannot live without. I mean, Jay Toya, I think, is going to be another cut, just because of the way the math works out. When this time last year, he was one of the most important defensive tackles on the team. But obviously they've kind of remade that position, and they've really put themselves in a spot where they're going to look dramatically different. I mean, they already do, but they specifically are even after these cuts.
When you look at this team, RJ, and I'm curious your thoughts, what is the one weakness that you think the Cowboys have going into the season if they go in with this group right now? Is there one that is kind of like, man, I need to see that group play better?
I mean, I think that they have 3 NFL quality corners on their team right now. And NFL quality is like the widest possible respectful net that I can cast, right? Like, you belong in the NFL. You're not necessarily starter worthy, but they only have 3 of those dudes. I mean, they've got Deron Bland, Kobe Durant, and Savon Ravel, and that's it. And of those 3, Deron Bland has been an injury question mark for the last 2-3 years. Savon Ravel obviously barely played throughout his rookie year, still coming back from injury on some sense. And Kobe Durant, everybody hated 60 days ago because he wouldn't give up his jersey number. So they really need some help in that regard. That's the position that makes sense for them to either make some sort of, I don't mean big, massive trade, but make a trade, maybe a future day 3 pick, something like that, get a different veteran, get somebody, they've thrown out Adoree Jackson's name in the past, somebody who Christian Parker has a familiarity with. The corner is definitely, kind of an alarm bell that's going off right now, because you're about to get to a place where it's the season and you're in the marathon and you don't have this time to evaluate rosters anymore. And after that, I might say tackle. I think they'd be okay if during a game, one of Guyton or Steele went out and Nate Thomas had to go play. But if Guyton got hurt, I wouldn't feel great about Nate Thomas at tackle. I think in that situation, they probably kick Smith out and they have their pull the emergency alarm and whatnot plan that they put into action. But they don't necessarily have beyond half of a tackle to really kind of play after their starters. So those are important positions, but obviously there's nobody in the NFL that feels like they have 53 starter-level players. That's just the way it goes.
RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com. The most important question of the day. After yesterday's announcement that HEB is now a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, seeing commercials with Brandon Aubrey, how long before we see the Brandon Aubrey buttery tortillas?
Yeah, I feel like this is sacrilegious because I don't really enjoy them that much. As a proud Mexican American, I warm mine up on a comal. I don't know, how y'all's households work. I don't know if you're warming these up in a microwave or some weird behavior like that.
Heat up tortillas in a microwave? How white do you think we are?
I went to school for 4 years in College Station, so I've seen some weird stuff in that respect. But that being said, so I don't know. I don't know how y'all rock. But so my apologies. That being said, yeah, it's inevitable. I think you got to have some Brandon Aubrey butter tortillas. That feels like a given. And honestly, what do you need beyond that? You're gonna maybe some jalapeno poppers for one of these guys or something like that. But the Brandon Aubrey thing sells itself.
Without a doubt. And of course, HEB's going to take over the world. It's, South Texas, Houston, now Dallas. Yep. And who knows after that. So, smart move by them, don't you think?
What if they have, Jay Sean Barham cookies or something? Will that piss you off, Joe, or is it only jerseys and T-shirts?
Well, no, it not piss. It was baffling.
It's not
to me.
baffling.
It was
baffling.
baffling.
First round pick had his T-shirt in the pro shop.
Well, and everywhere. Everywhere you look. I'm looking for a Prescott jersey. Can't find it.
No, it was there.
CD Lamb. I don't know. Where is that? I can't find that one.
They had single racks.
Yeah.
It's really weird, Joe, how when brand new movies come out, they sell the tickets to that. I don't know if that bothers you as well.
I'm not sure what that comparison is there, RJ, because that doesn't seem like a fair comparison. But if it makes sense in your mind, that's okay.
Hey, you know what? As long as you're buying butter tortillas from HEB, I don't care how you're approaching movies and whatnot.
I just complimented Barham. You ought to be happy with that.
His nickname, by the way, so y'all can be cool and hip with the kids. People have thrown out Predator. That's what Jalen Smith went by, though. It's a little sore subject. Some people are throwing out Wolverine. Not my thing. Bar Hammer seems to be where the consensus has landed. You guys
Bar
are
Hammer.
You're at the Roo, something like that. Yeah, you're at the Roo. You could be like, man, Bar Hammer. And someone's going to turn and be like, this guy, Joe Reiner, he knows ball. You know what I mean?
They could sell the Bar Hammer at HEB.
They could.
They could.
Yeah, and get an inflatable one. You know what I mean? There's you can make a drink called the Bar Hammer or a burger called the Bar Hammer. Put us in a marketing meeting.
Dude, look, you've got the Thor Hammer, which is a great cut of meat, although it takes forever. That could HEB
for a second,
could
I thought
sell.
you knew the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Wow. Okay.
Dude, who are you talking to? Have you ever done a Thor Hammer?
No. What is this? I have to try it now.
You don't know what a Thor Hammer is? You disappoint me with your grilling expertise.
I haven't publicly fought over that Pittman. So when I get there, I'll know what the Thor Hammer is. But what is it?
It's the bottom of it's a beef shank is what it is. It's called the Thor Hammer.
Okay.
I'll send you photos. You smoke it all day and then it just peels apart. It's fantastic. They could do that.
Wow.
Or a tomahawk steak and just call it a Bar Hammer. Because you
understand.
understand.
Well, you can't do that.
You got to do the first
Why?
thing.
Oh, it's already got a name. That's like stealing somebody's jersey. You can't do that. You can't change the name.
Okay.
Can't do it.
The first thing. Let's do the first thing. I like that a lot. But yeah, just so y'all sound, I'm here to help you guys. When you're somewhere public, be like, man, that Bar Hammer guy. Holy crap.
The Bar Hammer.
Hey, let's wait till September 13th, RJ. How about that? Before we fit these guys for gold
13th.
jackets.
If you had a Caleb Downs t-shirt, you could be like, it's the 13th, baby. Maybe that's why they had so many.
Caleb Downs Day. There you go.
Yeah,
Follow
there you
RJ
go.
Ochoa
There you go.
on all the socials at RJ Ochoa. Read them at bloggingtheboys.com. I better see a a bar hammer on your smoker here before the third. That's what you should make on the 13th.
A bar hammer.
I won't make it on the 13th. I'll make it for the NFL kickoff, though. Like the first game, if you send me the pictures and everything, I'll get that ready. So 2 weeks from today.
All right.
Cool. What is today, RJ? Hump Day?
Yeah.
So that's when the NFL season's going
to
yeah, well, the NFL's going to open up on Hump Day.
RJ Ochoa, bloggingtheboys.com. Appreciate you, my friend. Talk to you next week. RJ Ochoa and all their guests on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
A lot of names coming up on, well, one name. How about Barbacoa?
Well, you know what? We need to make that a poll question.
Maybe we should. What would be a good nickname? For him?
Yes.
Or for food? Another gold jacket being made in Dallas.
Here we go.
For a rookie that hasn't played one snap.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. We'll return on the Blitz. I tell you what, Nevada Brothel has a little advice for Jed York. We'll hear what that advice is when we return here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you need your logo on any kind of gear, you need any promotional items made, you need to get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing over on San Pedro. You need that logo on a golf shirt, a fishing shirt, a dress shirt. Sam will get you taken care of. He's got all the big name brands from Tommy Bahama to Nike, Under Armour, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, Eddie Bauer, North Face, just to name a few. Over 25,000 caps on display in his showroom and more than 75 color combinations just waiting for your logo. And, of course, he's got the popular cap brands from the Richardson 112 style, Trucker Caps, Katie Caps, Nike Cap America, again, in stock. T-shirts, you need those screen printed, Sam will get you taken care of. He has over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries. And his sign shop can do your signs, banners, flags, card magnets, vehicle wraps, window decals, and so much more. Nobody has better prices. All items come with the warranty. No order too big, no order too small. So you need one item, you need 2,500 items. Sam will get you taken care of. Call 210-824-3900 or go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410 across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
You're riding with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Something big is coming. Hey, it's James Pledger with 941 San Antonio Sports Star, and on September 2nd, DraftKings Game Day arrives with massive deals, exclusive deals, and an all-day celebration built for sports fans. The countdown has begun, and all roads lead to Game Day. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in all 50 states, and that includes right here in Texas. One app, every sport, all 50 states. DraftKings Game Day is yours. So remember the date, September 2nd. DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff to a new season, a new era, and the biggest day in sports history. So get ready to celebrate. New DraftKings customers sign up with code 941SportsStar, spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That's code 941SportsStar in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions is CFTC registered, introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim, issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Terms DKNG.code/predictions promo. Nationwide based on sportsbook predictions and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state.
Uncover the root of your problems and improve the quality of your life. I'm Dr. Torres from the Institute for Functional Health. For more than a decade, we have helped people restore energy, vitality, libido, and drive. Most patients come to us because they feel unheard or stuck. Schedule your discovery day. We'll talk about your history, run advanced testing, and build a personalized plan that fits your life. We have helped thousands of people just like you. Call 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. 210-468-1891.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct, to the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty. When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. so it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
T-Mobile is launching something no other wireless network offers. Introducing Nothing. Pay nothing today and walk out of the store with a new phone.
What did he say?
Nothing.
You definitely said something about nothing.
Exactly. Go to T-Mobile, pay nothing up front, and leave with a new phone.
Wait, nothing rules.
She gets it.
Hey, thanks for nothing.
For the first time ever, switch to T-Mobile, pay nothing. No taxes, no fees, no money down. And walk out with a new phone. There are 250 reasons to choose T-Mobile, and now nothing is holding you back.
On eligible devices with qualifying credit plan and 36-month finance agreement.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first and buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, in the wake of the Houston Texans losing defensive end Dylan Horton to a torn Achilles, Texans have signed former Jags 2023 sixth-round draft pick and UFL edge rusher Derek Parrish. Texans had a rough joint practice in Carolina with the Panthers today. Right tackle Braden Smith and defensive end Ali Gay were both carted off with lower leg injuries. Smith's is believed to be a foot injury.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Happy hump day, everybody. What are you doing out there? Hope you're having a good day, because it is a hump day. It's a getaway day for us as well. This is The Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. That's Jason Minix.
Heading to Las Vegas tonight.
We are.
After the show, the private jet, Southwest.
That one.
Taking us out to Vegas. Tomorrow, the Blitz live at Circa Las Vegas. Friday, expected to be live out at Circa Las Vegas.
Well, maybe not. There may be 2 guys sitting there looking like zombies, but it will be there. Cameras will be on.
Will they?
Well,
did you
maybe.
Bring your camera?
Yes, of course I did.
Well, just making sure.
Why, did you bring yours?
That's debatable.
It is, huh?
Well, it's in my suitcase.
Well, then you brought it.
I don't know where my suitcase is right now.
You sure don't. That's a mystery, isn't it?
It will show up in Vegas.
Of course it will. But
It will.
Looking forward to getting out there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Always is at Circa. I'm seeing a lot of stuff on social media about Circa. They're really promoting this weekend.
Ultimate contest weekend.
Yeah, and so lots of excitement out there. And there's going to be a lot of listeners that have decided to join us this time around, which is a good thing.
Yeah, always is. Always a lot of fun. And, again, the FOMO that people have, like, next time I'm going. And look, our golf tournament's the same way. We are down to 4 foursomes and 2 singles. If you want to get signed up, I wouldn't wait much longer. SASportsStar.com. Our golf tournament brought to you by the Lofts of Jesse Hernandez, our friends from Flight by Yingling. Again, 4 foursomes, 2 singles. So if you know you're not going to get 3 other dudes to go play with you or ladies, there are 2 singles signed up. Was Justin one of the singles that signed up? So that dude who said he was going to sign up yesterday lied.
Well, he can do it today then.
Yep.
lying is a harsh word, Minix.
Mm-hmm.
It's a harsh word.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's going to play. The dude plays every time.
Look, he's a procrastinator.
Uh-huh.
He's running out of time. But yesterday, didn't he say on the YouTube chat that he was going to get signed up, like right then?
I think he did. He said something to the effect that he'd play with that dude, that the one single that there was. But, well, now there's 2 guys, Justin, so you could be the third. That'd be a great thing.
Guillermo wants to know, will that waitress be there? What's her name? Sydney.
Yeah, well, if she's not, there are others that will do.
Yeah. I would assume Sydney will be there, and quite frankly, if we posted a photo and said this was Sydney, all you guys would say, yep. Because the hiring people at Circa have a type. They've got a standard.
They do. That is for sure.
God bless them.
So anyway, it's going to be a fun trip. We're looking forward to it. So be sure and tune in tomorrow on YouTube, on the radio, however you can do it. Doesn't make any difference. We will be live from Circa Las Vegas. It's going to be a lot of fun. You never know what kind of what guests may show up to enlighten us with whatever they have to enlighten us with.
That's one way of putting it. Let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
The Headline Blitz brought to you by Argo Group, specialty insurance for complex risks. There's a grade school in Georgia that has created a gas station. But it's not what you're thinking. It's a fart corner.
Now, yeah, there's all kinds of things wrong with this.
Is there anything wrong with this?
Well, there is. So what if you really, you've got bad gas and you can't make it over to the corner? Are you going to get punished?
Well, obviously, you've got to take advantage of the fart corner. My question is, though, as I'm reading this article, and it's a very well thought out idea by this teacher, but farts linger. The fart doesn't know it's supposed to stay in the corner.
No, it doesn't.
But this teacher, she's 36 years old. She's a second grade teacher. She created her gas station partly because, as she said, quote, I have a very weak stomach and I cannot take it. And I was like, all right, I'm going to create this little area over here in the back of the classroom. When you have to fart, you get up, you go over there, you fart, and you come back, and that's it. And it's about teaching quality time because kids are asking to go to the bathroom. Now,
quality time?
Well, yeah, because you don't want to interrupt the classroom.
Oh,
right.
Like some dude getting up out of his desk, going over the corner and farting is not going to disrupt the classroom.
I mean, the first time that it happened, some people look back, and now it's just normal. You got to fart, you just get up and you go. You don't have to ask like, hey, teacher, I got to fart. Can I go to the fart corner? You just get up and you go.
Now, is she practicing what she preaches?
I don't know. She's in the front of the classroom. Does she go teach in the back?
While she's farting?
That could in the classroom.
That could be a talent. There's all kinds of things wrong with this.
She's teaching kids.
I hope you don't
that
sit in the
people
back.
fart, and it's normal.
Well, of course it's normal, but nobody wants to hear it, and nobody wants to know that you're the feller. You know, and if you're,
I mean, that's it. You know, wouldn't you be a little embarrassed if all of a sudden, I would say especially for the ladies, but I'm going to get up and go stand in the back. Everybody knows you're farting.
Well, I hope you're not sitting in the back. I mean, is that a punishment for everybody that's back there?
Maybe there's a barrier in the fart corner from the well, a barrier, enough distance between the last row of desks where, because I'm thinking, well, farts linger. I can go fart in the corner, but it's going to travel.
At least they could put a window there or a vent.
Maybe there's a fan.
Maybe.
I mean, she says there's some air fresheners. Got some sprays and different things like that.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
What if somebody doesn't go up and go to the corner, but it's an SBD?
Silent.
How do they punish that?
I mean,
well, because it's like on the airplane the other day. when everybody's holding their nose.
Ryan Eagle gets angry
Dude.
when somebody farts around him.
Well,
Ryan Eagle gets angry when somebody's taking a crap in the men's room. This happened the other day. He walked in, oh, geez, and then walked out, and then he was identifying shoes like, oh, that was...
And you had to stand there and take it.
As I walked in, I started peeing, and then I was like, oh, God.
Just a little advice. If you're doing that in a public, just a little courtesy flush. I mean, kind of nice. Yeah, just a little flush.
Why are you going to stay in there?
Well, I mean, if sometimes you have to, you don't have a choice. I mean, if you got to pee, you got to pee, and if somebody's in there, what are you going to do? I mean, the other bathroom in this building is all the way on the other side of the building.
And Ryan Eagle can't hold it that long.
Well, sometimes that is the case. So I don't know.
He gets angry at bodily functions.
Look,
especially in the bathroom where you're supposed to. It's not like he farted on the airplane or farted in our office and walked out.
Yeah, but don't you feel like you go in the bathroom and you're standing there peeing and you walk out? It's kind of like being in a barbecue restaurant. Then you have that smell on you the rest of the day. It's like, oh, Ryan Eagle stinks. I mean, it's like, damn. You just feel like it gloms onto your clothes and you're just like, ah.
How'd that go again?
I'm just saying. It's like, damn.
What?
What, I mean, don't you feel that way? Like you
really.
stink when you walk out of there because it was so bad.
It's not like cigarette smoke
or
barbecue smoke.
I'm just saying, man, I feel like it is. That's all.
It's not.
All right.
It's not. The Washington Commanders can't figure out who they are because they're the Commanders now, which is dumb. And they want nothing to do with their old logo. Even Dan Quinn had a shirt that said Commanders and had the feather on it and got in trouble for it, right? Except for the Commanders team store is selling old Redskins gear.
It's so stupid. Just change the name back. I mean, is it the dumbest thing in the world? The game we were at in Dallas, I didn't see anybody in Commanders gear.
No.
Everybody's wearing Redskins gear.
Yep.
I don't think anybody gives a damn.
Well, some people do.
Well, a very small minority of people.
They got them to change the name.
Even the Indians don't give a damn. At least the ones that have spoken out publicly. Maybe there are some that do, but I just don't get it. It makes no sense. And now they're selling merch. I mean, what's the point of that?
Money?
Right, but I'm just saying, so people are buying Redskins gear.
They know what the people want.
It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Just change it back.
You know, couple hours we're going to be in Las Vegas.
We are.
The question is Jed York going to show up in Las Vegas?
Well, his team's playing there.
His team is playing there tomorrow night. Dina Duff, the madam and GM for Sherry's Ranch Brothel, tells TMZ the brothel would like to offer Jed and his fellow NFL owners and players some lessons on how to legally hire sex workers.
How do you become a madam? Do you work your way up? You like start at the bottom and say you're just a regular hooker, and then you just work up the ladder of success?
Maybe. I mean,
and you become a madam.
Do the brothels have the career ladder?
I don't know.
Do you promote from within? Is that actually a pay cut when you become the boss, the madam?
It might depends on how good you were, I guess. But I mean, I would think. I mean, you don't just apply for that job, do you? Yeah, I'm applying for the madam position.
You do have to apply.
Well, I think you have to learn the business,
Sure.
and learning the business means you gotta lay flat.
Well, that seems boring at a brothel.
Well, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're paying for it, it better be more than missionary.
I'm just saying, dude. Just saying.
She said Nevada's licensed brothels offer something an NFL owner should appreciate, a legal regulated environment where discretion and privacy are paramount. Sherry's would be happy to host Jed, along with any interested NFL owners and players, for a seminar on how Nevada's legal brothel system works, why discretion is such an important part of the business, and frankly, how to do prostitution correctly. Is that going to be Roger Goodell's punishment? You need to go to a seminar.
Well, sure, maybe. I don't know, but I think it's good advice. And you can go in there, Jed York, and you can have your hooker. It might cost you more than $140.
It definitely would
but
cost you more than
at least you're not
$140.
going to get arrested and publicly humiliated.
But the photos of the resort at Sherry's Ranch look far better than that trailer park.
Well, they actually do.
And it's also a sports bar.
Oh, really?
It's a sports bar entrance and then the girls entrance on this photo.
So you can just go to the sports bar. Now, I wonder how many guys are saying, hey, let's go to Mustang Ranch or whatever the hell. Sherry's Ranch,
yes.
and we'll have a few beers.
Absolutely. And then all of a sudden, hot chicks are talking to you that normally talk to you.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you want to go next door?
I'm sure that's happening.
But because I would imagine if you're an NFL owner or if it's an expense, you could probably expense the wings from Sherry's Sports Bar.
Perhaps. Just not the beer.
You might have a homework assignment later, Joe.
Unbelievable. No.
Show research.
Yeah, not doing it. HEB.
Uh-huh.
Taking over the world.
Yeah, they are.
They're even taking over the Dallas Cowboys. And putting money in Jerry's pocket, I'm sure, at the same time. We're talking about that when we continue here on the Blitz 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, Jed York, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you know you want to get out of jail fast. The best way to do that is call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online. Just go to mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
The fans, the mascots, the student sections. Saturdays were made for A&M football. Let's go! Hear every play on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health. Your health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at ChristusHealth.org.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets? Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Argo Group delivers specialty insurance tailored to your business, backed by expert claims handling and global experience. As a proud local employer, Argo gave back to more than 20 San Antonio nonprofits last year. Visit argogroup.com. Argo, helping businesses stay in business. Argo Group provides specialty insurance for complex risks. The insurance is designed to meet the unique coverage and claims handling needs of businesses. As a local employer, Argo contributes to the San Antonio community too, donating to more than 20 area nonprofits last year. Visit argogroup.com to learn how tailored strategies and global expertise can support your business. That's argogroup.com. Argo, we help businesses stay in business.
Guys, stop what you're doing, give me a few seconds of your time, and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on the DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries. Now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, to get 30, to get 20, 20, 20, to get 20, 20, to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
It is a hump day, which means it is a great day. We're almost over the hump. We're going to slide right into the weekend. And, of course, for Minix and I, and some of our listeners, will be in Las Vegas for the weekend.
Yep. Well, we are heading there, and probably one of the topics is obviously going to be what's going on in college football and what we're expecting to see with the NFL, who just announced a statement, a joint statement from the NFL and the NFLPA. And while we're waiting on the statement, the clarity from the NFL on these players to go to college, I think it's interesting that they're really trying to crack down on the certain types of tackles. You get three violations in any one of these categories in a season, you're going to be suspended for a game. Now, so they're going to keep track. Hip drop tackle, horse collar tackle, launching, hit on a defenseless player, or a blindside block. You do 3 of those, and you are going to be suspended for a game.
You know, I guess it's a good idea, but what's to stop me if I'm really pissed off at somebody, just leveling them? Yeah, sorry, this is my first offense.
15 yards.
Okay, but, you know, I mean, so I think that's a little too lenient in my mind. 3, where you could just level a dude twice and be okay.
Well, I mean, a lot of times the hip drop tackle, and again, we've seen it, and obviously they'll review it, the launching, all of that, you know, in those split-second decisions, you know, it feels like most of those aren't intentional. And outside of the blindside block, maybe you could go hit on a defensive player if it's an offensive player in a certain situation. It's just making it harder to play defense. But they've done a really good job of policing out the horse collar tackle to a degree. Mm-hmm. But also with the hip drop tackle, how many times do you see it? You think you see it. And then, of course, by definition, that's not what it is. They'll call it, they'll review it, and they'll either pick up the flag. And then, of course, the fines that go along with it. But they are, again, making it harder and harder to go play defense.
Well, it is, and they've been making it that way. I don't know how a defensive back plays anymore in the NFL. Can you imagine Darren Woodson playing now, or Ronnie Lott? I mean, those guys they'd never be on the field. They'd be fined and suspended all over the place. But again, look, offense sells. Nobody except your hardcore football fan likes a defensive battle. They just don't. And so you want points on the board. You want touchdowns. And so that's where they're going to. And they can count it as player safety if they want to. And I do agree that the hip drop tackle, banning that has probably saved some injuries. But I think it's just more to add excitement. People want offense.
And while that is some interesting news coming out of the NFL owners' meetings, and again, the clarification that the NFL said they are going to announce later about the kids that go back to college, I guess that's still coming. But another clarification has happened, a reversal, if you will. We started the show with this ridiculous story coming out of TCU, where they revoked the credentials of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram because the reporter there reported on a locker room incident that led to the dismissal of Jacob Fields, and a player got hurt. He never named the players involved in his initial story. That player wasn't named until he went on social media talking about it. And TCU said, you know what, we're revoking your credentials. And obviously the Fort Worth Star-Telegram and every media member has lost their mind because it's just wrong on so many levels. TCU has now rescinded.
Of course they have.
the deal. They've said, you know what, you're right. You guys are welcome here.
Do you know the amount of crap they have taken since this announcement came out?
Yep.
And probably phone calls from news directors and publishers and everything else telling them how ridiculous this is. And if you ever want the Horned Frogs to get covered by anybody again, you got to rescind this. And again, it was a what's the word I'm looking for? It was a spur of the moment decision because they were pissed off. And it embarrassed them a little bit.
I mean, and the reality is, I mean, it took them days, so it wasn't necessarily spur of the moment. They made a statement to the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Our primary focus is on the health and well-being of our student athletes. Unfortunately, an unnamed source without firsthand knowledge of the incident provided inaccurate information cited in the initial reporting. The inclusion of the misinformation advanced a narrative, blah, 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 blah. But the reporter was right. And TCU now has rescinds its credentials over reporting.
Well, props to them. So I'm no longer a North Carolina fan. So there we go. I can root for TCU this weekend now. Way to go, Horned Frogs.
Yep.
Well, that's good. I'm glad they did that and came to their senses. But I guarantee you, the offices over there at TCU were flooded with phone calls from all kinds of people on this deal, and it was just a ridiculous thing. When Shereen Williams comes out and blasts you,
well, and everybody,
my goodness,
the everybody,
yes. Well, all right,
interesting stuff. Let's talk some Cowboys.
All right, let's do that. Why don't we take a break first since we're up against it? You want to do that?
Yep.
And then we'll talk some Cowboys because a couple of guys. Well, one guy that's getting a lot of attention right now, Barham. Jayshon Barham spoke to the media yesterday, and I like some of the things he had to say. We'll hear from him when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me tell you, though, about Stevens Roofing and Solar. You know how I love talking about Stevens Roofing and Solar. They're just a great company, great people that have been around here for a long, long time. In fact, since 1983. They've been in business. So that should tell you pretty much everything you need to know about Stevens Roofing and Solar and the job that they do, the reputation that they have, and, well, if they stand behind what they do. And, look, if you think there's something wrong with your roof, if it's been a while since it's gotten checked out, because let me tell you something, with these 100-degree temperatures we've been having, that can do some damage that you might not be able to see. Stevens Roofing and Solar can see it, though. So have them send a crew out to your house. Let them inspect your roof. They'll do it for free and under no obligation, by the way. And they'll let you know if there's any issues or if everything is okay. Either way, you can trust what they have to say. And if there is something wrong, you got the best in the business right there to take care of it. 210-785-0994. That is the number to call. If you're looking for solar panels, you've been thinking about that, Stevens Roofing and Solar. They can take care of that, and you know they're going to do it right. 210-785-0994, or you can visit them online at stevensroofing.net.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Fall Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, also your workday golf buddies. And get ready for a fun, laid-back day at Silverhorn Golf Club, Monday, September 21st. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 a player. The Fall Golf Classic benefits First Tee Charity, so you're having a great time for a great cause. San Antonio Sports Star Fall Golf Classic, presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and in part by Flight by Yingling and PPL Motorhomes. Grab your spot now at sasportstar.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
To anyone who avoids HVAC repairs, it's time to leave it to the experts. With memberships that cover regular HVAC maintenance and worry-free repairs, Service Experts keeps your home healthy and happy. Visit ServiceExperts.com for today's special offers and promotions.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now, save up to $1,400 on Tempur-Pedic Split King sleep systems. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
If alcohol or drug use is hurting you or someone you love, you are not alone. I'm Peter McCarthy of the San Antonio Council on Alcohol and Drug Awareness, known as CICADA. There is help, there is hope. Call CICADA at 210-225-4741 or visit cicada.org.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55-plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important, trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each. $30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infection.
AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson in the morning.
Oh, I saw one girl so big, I thought she was wearing a shirt that said STL on the back. I thought it was like a St. Louis shirt. Okay. She was so big and the shirt was so small, the C and the E from Castle were like stretched around to her shoulders.
Who's Assel? Assel? What number does Assel wear?
Assel.
Oh, that's Castle.
No, Castle.
Oh, see right here. You can't see it because my boob's folded over.
Yeah,
it looks like a comma.
It's stuffed under my armpit.
AJ and Rob, weekday mornings 6 to 10, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Andrew Monaco.
Back on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He is Jason.
I want to clarify and apologize. I got that last story wrong on TCU. The dude is still banned, and TCU is still banned. I saw a headline from Awful Announcing that just posted that said TCU rescinds the credentials thing, and so it's an updated story, which is when I saw TCU rescinds, I was thinking, okay, they changed their mind, and they will. They will.
They will.
But they haven't yet, so I got that one completely wrong. Doesn't happen often, but it does. And as I'm reading that article and just tweeting about it, then you get other Dallas area media, including Mac Engel, who seems to be Mr. TCU. He tweets out and writes a column in the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. I've been asked, so I will clarify. At TCU Athletics, revoking media access extends to myself and all members of the Star-Telegram.
Oh, wow. Not just one guy.
Not
everybody.
just one guy, but everybody.
So they're digging themselves a deeper hole.
Yep.
That's exactly what they're doing. That's unbelievable. And just dumb. That is just not smart. Not smart at all. I mean, in TCU, we graduate there, you're supposed to be, I don't know, pretty smart.
Yes. And there are times where if you're an organization, your only recourse is that, even if it's wrong. There was a local football program here in San Antonio that got mad at a TV station for a report on one of their players. From what I remember about it, the reports were accurate. It just wasn't great for the particular school. So all that coach could do is, I'm not talking to you anymore.
Right.
And he kind of banned them, and even if they were there, and it was a pissing match that was kind of immature, but that was his only recourse to defend his player. Even that was wrong at a high school level. This seems so completely wrong. And for Mac Engel to clarify, it's not just that one individual reporter whose credentials has been revoked. According to Mac Engel, it is all members of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. And look, from, Clarence Hill, who used to work at the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, and as Clarence had tweeted out, in Clarence's as president of the Dallas-Fort Worth Association of Black Journalists and as a dues-paying member of the Pro Football Writers of America and former local chapter president, strongly condemned the actions of TCU and stand with Stephen Johnson and the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. And every media person is doing that. This is about the suppression of news, not the protection of students. One player landed in the hospital. Another was kicked off the team. Coach Patterson wouldn't have been this petty or vindictive. Johnson's coverage of TCU has been fair, balanced, and above reproach.
Well, and again, what he reported, he didn't mention the victim's name.
No.
The victim actually outed himself when it comes to that. And so that's what TCU is using as the reason why they've revoked the credential, because they claim the Fort Worth Star-Telegram is responsible for this kid being harassed. And apparently that's not the case. So they're just digging themselves a deeper hole, and it's unfortunate for TCU. And it's unfortunate for me because now I got to go back to being a North Carolina fan.
Well, and that's my fault because I completely misread the last headline on that story. And, that's it pisses
thanks,
me
Jason.
off.
I've got to wear my North Carolina blue now on Saturday.
You know what? You're going to root for whoever you decide to put money on. Let's be honest.
You're exactly
right. And that's
right.
going to be TCU.
Well, it's
going to be
don't
TCU.
Know. They've got bad mojo now going into that game.
I mean, look, just don't follow the Fort Worth Star-Telegram for updates.
Yes, there won't be any.
Well, I mean, there might be.
I don't think there'll be any from anybody.
A dude might be sitting at a bar in England or in Ireland. He'll be at the pub doing his reports.
Well, there you go.
At least he still gets to go on the trip.
That's a better place to do it.
You don't need updates. You're going to be sitting in the bar at Stadium Swim ordering drinks from Sydney watching the game.
Well, I don't know that early I'll be at Stadium Swim. Perhaps.
Yeah, we will.
But I'll be at the sports bar inside is pretty damn good too.
All of them are.
Well, yeah.
All of them are.
Exactly.
Whether you're talking about the mega bar, the area where all the huge TVs are in the sports book, the overhang bar,
The overhang bar. That's a good one, too.
That's a great one.
Yeah. Forgot about that one. How did I do that?
Drink too much.
Maybe that's it at 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, a screwdriver tastes pretty damn good at 9 a.m.
Look, man, you can't drink all day if you don't start early.
Exactly.
And it won't be you, but the ladies are going to get a cabana early in the morning. And bottle service will be there, and it's going all day long.
Well, why? Of course.
Yes.
Why not?
Yes.
Awesome. Dude, I can't wait.
Yeah, I think Pledge knows us well.
He does.
He knows.
Yeah.
He knows. Cowboys continuing training camp now in Frisco. And Caleb Downs has gotten all the attention. You heard Louis Riddick this morning on Get Up say, the Cowboys have another rookie you guys need to pay attention to.
Look, you know what? We've talked about Caleb Downs all the time when we're talking about who's going to be the focal point of this revamped defense. Remember the name. We'll talk about him later on. Jayshon Barham, their draft pick from Michigan. He, to me, outside of Caleb, maybe even more so than Caleb, I'm just going to say this, may be the most consequential draft pick that they've made this year. This guy could be the best linebacker they have had there since Sean Lee, back in the early 2000s. This guy is that good. Trust me when I say this. Just watch his tape from last week.
All right, before Joe's head explodes, we need to hear from Jayshon Barham, because up until yesterday, I don't think I've ever heard him talk.
I don't think so either.
Joe and I didn't get to talk to him while we were in Oxnard, and barely got to see him play because he had a nagging injury. Now, he gives a lot of long-winded answers, so you gotta bear with us on here. But Barham has the right attitude. He was asked about playing the Saints on Friday night.
I don't like them, so I don't like no team we play against, so I treat every team the same.
Yeah,
I love that answer.
I hate him.
I love it.
Hate him.
You got to respect that. Dak Prescott would never say that. Oh, they got a great team. They're great. Their coach is great. He's great. Their defense is great. We're going to have our hands full, and they're great, and they're great, and they're great.
Well,
you ever see Dak Prescott? I hate those guys. I want to take a football and shove it up their behind.
Mm-hmm.
Try to shove it up their ass.
Yes, Shoddy.
Yeah. Barham gets a lot of praise from his coaches because he's always asking questions. He's always trying to learn more.
Asking questions?
Yeah.
I mean, of course, I feel like you got to ask. Just how y'all asking questions now to know more. I feel like it's helpful for you and your job. So, of course, I'm going to keep asking.
Yeah. Got to go to work.
Yeah.
What about playing that Mike linebacker position?
I mean, it feels normal. I did it in college, so it's just a step up in the NFL, just having to call plays, demanding the defense, so just getting used to it.
He's not a man of many words. Very short and direct.
Let's hear number one again.
Yeah.
I don't like them, so I don't like no team we play against, so I treat every team the same.
Hate them all.
Hate them all.
Hate them all.
I do like that answer. So that raises him up a little bit in my book. I like that kind of stuff. I hate them. That's exactly right. They're the enemy for that particular Sunday afternoon or Sunday night or whatever it is, or Friday night.
But everything that we have heard about this kid, he should be a beast. But underscore it when a guy like Louis Riddick says, yeah, Caleb Downs is getting all the attention. Pay attention to 55. And again, he played great the other night against the Cardinals. It's a preseason game.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
And it's the Cardinals.
But you can only go against who you're going against. But everything that we had heard was on display in that preseason game. And the natural football instincts. So we'll see. But something to watch for. Overshown is the one guy that gives hope for that crap Dallas Cowboys draft class from a couple of years ago. And when you talk about just a bad draft class, that class is just god-awful. And Overshown has to play well just to be one of 8 that actually is worth anything. You think about that draft class included Mozzie Smith and Luke Schoonmaker,
oh my gosh,
and
Michigan men,
and Awesome Richards, and Eric Scott, and Deuce Vaughn, and Jalen Brooks. That third-round pick in Overshown is the only thing that's saving that class from being a complete shutout, right? But still, the jury is out on him. Now, when we've seen him play, he's great. And he was asked last night how different the defense is now that Christian Parker is the coordinator.
I say just trusting, what we see, trusting our instincts. He allow us to play fast just by putting us in the right calls, just by, testing us in the meeting rooms, making sure everybody know who they tied to, what the other 10 people doing on the field. So I think he's allowing us to use our skill set, use that run and hit factor that we need to play, that certain play style. We able to play like that because, he allow us to play fast. So that's one thing when you get a coach like that, also teaches you the game so you can play fast, you win ball games.
Well, this is true. I like that. He's just got to stay healthy. That's the main thing. I don't think anybody questions how good that dude is. He's just got to stay healthy.
Yeah, but he's got to stay healthy, and obviously if he's a green dot guy, the smarts that goes with it, and he said he's ready for the season to get started.
Being healthy is the least of my concern now. That's just football now. I'm glad I was able to get over that hurdle. But now it's just about winning. I feel confident in what we put together over the offseason, what we still stacking, through this fall camp. But throughout the season, I'm just excited about what we built. This brotherhood is something different. And, I'm just ready to lay it all out on the line for, the other 10 on the field with me.
Well, and I'm ready for you to do that too for 17 games. I really am, because they need him. Overshown is a piece that they're counting on, and they need him out there. And look, I don't want to see anybody get hurt first and foremost. So guys getting hurt, and especially if it becomes a habit, I don't want to see that. So I hope he doesn't. I hope he has a healthy season this year, and we really see what he is all about and what he can do.
No, I can't fault the guy for answering a question. But he was literally asked about the Cowboys going 3-0 in the preseason.
Hey, winning is always the goal. From first string, second string, third string, fourth string, no matter who we play, we set a standard for our room. Shotty set a standard for this team. So when it comes to competing, we do that every day. So when we get a chance to do it in front of an audience or against another, opponent, that's times 10 as well. So we looking to compete and we looking to win. And I also heard, look, we haven't done that in how many years? Go 3-0 in the preseason. So any chance we get to compete, we trying to win.
It's a great answer.
He sounds like Brian Schottenheimer.
But it's preseason.
Compete every day.
I want to know who the cheese ball was that asked that question. That's what I want to know.
A cheese ball?
His credentials ought to be taken away.
Stop. I mean, but honestly, I mean, you can win all your preseason games and suck. Who was the example Shereen Williams gave the other day? Was it the Detroit Lions?
I think it was the Lions.
They were 4-0 in the preseason and 0-16 in the regular season. But there is something about winning games. Now, winning is fun, right? And you can see that in the reaction. I know Ryan Nagel is a diehard Hard Knocks watcher, but Hard Knocks last night, it was the episode where Seattle lost to the Tennessee Titans. And, McDonald's in the locker room afterwards, people were pissed. And he's like, it's okay, guys, we got better. It's okay. We're better today than we were, than when we started the week. Because
we keeping a buck right now, we ass.
I mean, Cam Ward, love you, man, but yikes. We should be in that statement. Now, granted, it's just the preseason, right? But everybody wants to win. You're competing, and that does build confidence. And I do think for this Dallas Cowboys team, it doesn't matter that it's preseason. You feel better about yourself when you go out and win, but that goes in line with validation, preseason or not, that the hard work you're putting in is paying off. That's why Pledge was so distraught the other day when the Houston Texans blew that preseason game to the Raiders.
I know it.
I mean, you had that game won, you had the big lead, and you blew it. You blew it. You didn't finish.
Had to take sick time.
That's it. Hey, Pledge, we got some breaking news. According to The Athletic, the Pro Bowl is being eliminated. The owners have said they're not going to do that. 88 players are going to receive the Pro Bowl honor with no alternates. and they're just going to have a ceremony to honor those people, but no more Pro Bowl. Again, the NFL leading the way, getting rid of crap that nobody wants to watch.
88 players will receive the Pro Bowl honors, no alternates. Boy, I'm so happy for Shedeur Sanders because he'll always be able to say he's a Pro Bowler.
Absolutely. Which is nice because the real Pro Bowlers will be honored.
Well, but that's what all pros are, right? If you ask any of these players, Pro Bowls are nice because you got the trip, but all pro because that's the one that your colleagues, the other players, vote on. That one always meant more. All pro honors mean more than Pro Bowl honors. See Shedeur Sanders.
Again, I mean, you're just going down the list so you can try to field a team because half the guys don't want to play in that crap. So that's why I'll see Shedeur Sanders is a Pro Bowler, which is it's a joke.
Let's be honest, though. Follow me here for a minute because we're all digesting this in the moment.
All right.
So no TV network wanted to pay for that crap anymore.
There's that.
Because nobody's watching it because it is crap. It's a bad TV product. And the sponsors weren't there. The TV money isn't there. So Roger Goodell said we can get rid of it. If there were big sponsors for it or one of the networks really wanted it and we're going to pay what the NFL is asking for, we would still have a Pro Bowl game. But because it's unwatchable, no TV network said, yeah, you know what? We want that.
Yeah, no.
And that's why it's going away. Not because it's crap and the NFL doesn't want it. It's because they can no longer make money at it.
Well, it's crap and they can't make money on it. And that's the thing. And so the NBA's got the same problem. I don't know how much money they make and how many, anybody that wants to televise that. It's the All-Star game in Major League Baseball. All of those things. So, again, those games are just I appreciate the NFL for whether it's money or whatever it is, get rid of it. I mean, don't, pull the plug. I'm tired of seeing the patient laying there in the bed. So they have pulled the plug today.
Wow.
I'm happy about that.
I am too.
Very happy about that.
I am too.
Yep. No more Pro Bowl. Do.
What was that?
I'm happy. It makes me very happy.
That's your happy dance song?
Well, it is for now. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
Sounded like the We Are Farmers song.
Exactly. No more Pro Bowl. We got a lot more to do on this getaway day here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's Wednesday. That means it's steak night out at the Rue Pub at 281 and Redland Road for $19.95. You get that great 12-ounce ribeye. You get the sides. It is spectacular. The Rue Pub is the place to go if you want to watch any big game, any big event, any big fight, and go hungry. The food is fantastic. Now, tonight it's steak night. Take advantage of that. 6 p.m. until they run out, dine in only. And if not, I love the fried shrimp over there. They've got the biggest and best wings in town. About 15 different burgers on the menu, the hot dogs, the chicken sandwich, great appetizers. They've got the best onion rings in town as well. Salads, I'm told, are spectacular, and that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. But it's Wednesday. It's all about steak night at the Rue Pub. And the Rue Pub is growing. Rockport location has been open all summer. If you're heading to the coast, hit up the Rue Pub in Rockport. New Braunfels, your Rue Pub is opening soon, just a couple of weeks away in time for football season. Rue Pub number 3 will be in Creekside area over near the Buc-ee's there in New Braunfels. And, of course, the OG at 281 and Redland Road, just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Rue Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Rue.
KTFM Floresville. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Blitz. 2 to 6 on YouTube and always at sasportstar.com.
What'd you do this weekend? Well, at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Soccer with Legacy, tailgating legends, did a little dove hunting too, made a good brisket, grilled up some burgers, and filled up a cooler with brew, drank from Yetis, Owalas, and Rivers, and took a grill to a lot before dawn, trained for a 10K, put the kids in a tent, and they didn't even ask to log on. Whew, fun can't lose. Shop Academy.com to get 30% off full-price clothes and shoes and 20% off full-price sports and outdoors through August 26th.
Want more cash? You can get a $450 bonus after your first 45 deliveries with Uber Eats. That's a bonus $150 for every 15 deliveries. But what if you're a bike person? Ding Ding is right. You can pedal your way to that $450 bonus on 2 wheels, or 4 wheels, or even no wheels. However you choose to deliver, you can get a $450 bonus after 45 deliveries on Uber Eats. Sign up and start delivering. Complete within 14 days of sign up. Ends 11/1. Terms apply. See app for details.
On BritBox, your next hidden gem is right around the corner.
If you're going to be bold, here is the place to do it.
Get ready for Britain's most anticipated series, streaming exclusively on BritBox. Catch new seasons of favourites, including Ludwig, starring David Mitchell.
You want someone to get murdered?
And the eagerly awaited new adaptation of Agatha Christie's iconic detective duo, Tommy and Tuppence.
Do you think we're actually really good at this?
Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Watch with a free trial.
You know, life is too short to drive the same car every day. A Pascucci Prestige membership gives you access to an incredible collection of exotic and luxury vehicles whenever you want to change things up. Learn more at PascucciPrestige.com.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rates reserved.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at Empower.com.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Good news today. The NFL has scrapped the Pro Bowl. Players will still be honored, but there will be no alternates. Sorry, Shedeur Sanders. Cowboys had some big news drop over last night. Jerry Jones and the team announced they are partnering with HEB. Texans, rough joint practice in Carolina with the Panthers today. Right tackle Braden Smith, defensive end Ali Gay, both carted off with lower leg injuries.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Getaway day!
Oh, happy hump day, getaway day, whatever it is for you. I hope you're having a good one. Whatever you're doing, however you're doing it. Thanks for spending a little time with us here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. My name is Joe Reinagel. His name is Jason Minix. We're happy to have you along.
Absolutely, on what has been a great Wednesday because football season is here. Earlier today, Joe and I were amongst several hundred that were in the Alamo Dome for the Valero Alamo Bowl Pigskin Preview Luncheon, which is always a lot of fun.
Always fun and always signals the beginning of football season. Then you know it is actually here and we are ready to roll. That's just kind of the first pitch, if you will, the first pass, the first tackle. All right, it's a little far, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm talking about. It's football season, and that's what's great about it. So a lot of fun out there and getting to see a lot of folks that you don't see all the time. I saw my good buddy Jason Eggleston out there.
Great dude. Long-time photographer over at Channel 5.
Yep.
And what's crazy, his son was there.
Uh-huh.
Who's a dentist.
A dentist. And Jason...
He's not old enough to have a son who's a dentist.
Well, Jason just became a grandpa.
Wow.
So he texted me the other day and said he joined the club. He is now a grandpa. His daughter, he's got a son and a daughter who he basically, in all intents and purposes, raised. And so very close. Jason's just a great guy, one of those guys that I don't know anybody dislikes Jason Eggleston. He's just a good dude.
He really is good. I saw a lot of great people out there. And we made a video. You can go see it on our San Antonio Sports Star socials. And now, granted, I've got a Big 12 team. It's Arizona State because, well, my daughter went to Arizona State for grad school. She got 2 master's degrees from ASU. And when Texas moved to the SEC, I needed a Big 12 team. And Arizona State is it. Could have been Texas Tech, but obviously I went Arizona State. So I grabbed an Arizona State helmet, and I thought Joe was just going to grab a helmet, but he grabbed a helmet. Go watch the video on our socials. It's comical.
I grabbed a helmet.
You did.
Yeah.
Not one I would have thought you would have grabbed.
Well, I thought about it, and then I saw this one, and really I kind of forgot they were in the Big 12 now. USC.
Yeah. Well, they're Pac-12. They're Pac-12 legacy, which is why they're still eligible for the Alamo Bowl.
Right. Exactly right. So that's but I hope they lose every game this year.
But what I find interesting is, my phone just rang, and I got an email, too, from Washington State University.
Really?
Yeah, I'm looking at my caller ID. It's from Pullman, Washington. They must be digging deep. Anybody that's ever bought a ticket from Wazoo. Hi, Jason. We're reaching out to awesome fans like yourself and seeing how we can assist you for the upcoming football season. And signed by, Colin Nelson, Revenue Generation Associate. That dude's job is to find money anywhere.
Anywhere you can.
I've gone to Pullman, Washington one time. It was several years ago for Thanksgiving when Eric Morris was the OC there and Cam Ward was the quarterback. And, and I've known Eric Morris for a long time. And so when he got that job, he was like, dude, you got to take your wife to the Apple Cup now. And I was like, it's cold outside. He's like, I got you taken care of, which he did. I did not sit in the cold, and it was miserably cold. But how desperate is Washington State to find a dollar if they're going and, it's one thing to send an email, but to follow it up with a phone call, those people are working hard. And every university is. And as I think about this HEB deal with the Dallas Cowboys, man, if you're UTSA, couldn't they have shaved some more dollars off for a program like UTSA?
Well, you would think so.
I know they do stuff with UTSA, but, I would imagine whatever HEB spent to have the drone show last night after that open practice would go a long way for the UTSA Roadrunners.
Well, it would, but HEB is a business, and they are in business to make money.
Sure.
No offense to UTSA. This is not a shot at them, but, if you're partnered with the Dallas Cowboys, number one, you're going into a brand-new market in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Yep.
So you've just ponied up and partnered with the best thing in that area, the thing that people care the most about. And you can argue with me if you want to, but it is absolutely true. The Mavericks and the Rangers and even the Stars don't hold a candle to the Dallas Cowboys.
No, they don't.
So HEB found the best partner they could find to get into that market, and I guarantee you it's money well spent, and they're going to make a lot of money out of it.
Yeah, they certainly will. I get that, and I guess I kind of bring it up in a sense of you feel bad for some of these universities because Washington State, what a tough sell that's got to be in general. When they were in the Pac-12, the big boy Pac-12, and then them and Oregon State got left. And, now they're in the Pac-12 with who's all in the Pac-12? Texas State here locally, but it's not the conference of champions that it used to be. And I think seeing all those helmets on display really underscores that in that regard. But all these universities looking over or under every rock to go find some money.
Yep. Well, of course they are. And again, unless you're affiliated with Washington State, why would you go? I mean, they haven't been relevant, since Eric Morris and Cam Ward left.
Well,
which wasn't that long ago. I get it, but
even then, I don't know they were that relevant. Even when they were there, I mean, Garner Minshew and Minshew mania. But you got to go back to Ryan Leaf winning the Rose Bowl, really. And that's been a couple of minutes.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
And really, what are the prospects of them doing anything in the near future?
None.
To be totally honest with you.
None.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate, but look, they're dealing with stuff that every school like them has to deal with. UTSA. What do we hear from them most of the time? We're trying to raise money, finding ways to get money, and that's just the state of the what we live in right now.
But also, can you come up with a different title? Revenue Generation Associate.
Well,
you're not even a specialist. You're the associate. You're like the intern here. Write an email, personalize it to everybody. Copy and paste, but get their name right would be the goal. But come up with a different name.
Well, what would you suggest?
I'm really just reaching out to see if you have any money that we can have.
Money grabbing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Money grabbing emailer. RGE.
Money grabbing
MGE.
Executive. The CEO of money grabbing.
Yeah, money grab. The Washington State tagline, together we will achieve what was once defined as impossible with your dollar.
How about that? Wow.
I added in the with your dollar.
Well,
although I'll probably email this person back to see if they're doing anything for Wazoo types when they come to San Marcos to play Texas State in that big Pac-12 matchup in November.
And you would go see that?
I would have no choice.
I understand. Well, I would assume you're probably going to be back up there at some point in time this football season.
Nope.
Email them back and say, yeah, we want to come to a game. And make sure it's in the middle of December.
No.
Yeah.
No, they don't play in the middle of December.
That's true.
They won't be hosting a playoff game. That can be guaranteed.
Well, November then.
No, I'm busy. I've gone to one Apple Cup. I'm good. In fact, I think the Apple Cup is the first game of the year now because that is one rivalry that they were able to save. So Washington against Washington State, I think, is early in the season. If it's not week one, it's close to it. I'd have to look it up.
Interesting.
But it's kind of fun when you think about college football being right around the corner.
It is. Well,
in fact,
this Saturday.
We talked to Ian Fitzsimmons earlier today. We're going to play that for you coming up around 4:30.
Can't wait for that. He's a good dude.
Yep.
He's a good dude. He's a funny guy. But just like most of you, he disagreed with me on something. I don't understand.
You want to stay tuned for Ian looking at Reinagle and saying,
you're a dumb butt.
And he really wasn't that nice about it. I'm glad that was taped so we could edit.
Well, whatever. He didn't do that. He's a pro.
He is.
He is a professional. So
yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
But I wish that was on
him.
video, actually.
Yeah. The look on his face, man, was.
What?
Yeah, you got to stay tuned for that because it is.
What?
You got yeah. I made a lot of good points, though. I just don't understand. I know I really did.
I'm glad you think you did.
I did.
Ian will
really
never
did.
come on the show again.
No, he will. He can't wait. Very kind, and honored that we took the time to go
He was honored,
interview him.
yes.
Oh, my goodness. We're going to take a break, but don't go anywhere because that Ian Fitzsimmons interview is good. But you ever the Three Stooges to save you from an alligator attack?
The Three Stooges?
Yes.
Me, you, and Ian?
No, the Three Stooges. It's a technique that a guy used to escape an alligator that had him by the clutches.
Education.
Yes.
Coming up.
We'll tell you when we continue here on the Blitz 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Guys, if you're dealing with low energy, reduced sex drive, brain fog, lack of motivation, it could be signs of low testosterone. Even this August heat taking its toll on you, that could also be a sign of declining testosterone levels. Best thing you can do for yourself is go get the free testosterone test at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Again, the testosterone test is free. And if you need it, testosterone replacement therapy, their licensed providers are going to create a personalized TRT plan for you based on your symptoms, your lab work, your health goals. And then treatment is carefully monitored to help you feel great, look great, and live your best life. Because, again, if you've been struggling, it's not just getting older. It's declining testosterone levels. It happens. You need to know what your T levels are. And, again, if you need it, they are going to get you on a great TRT plan. If you don't need it, they've got incredible supplements and peptides that could help you achieve your goals. Every patient does receive that comprehensive evaluation with a licensed provider to determine whether TRT is appropriate. And they only use non-compounded pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, and most major insurance plans are accepted. Don't settle for feeling less than your best. Schedule that free testosterone test at Synergenicshealth.com. That's Synergenicshealth.com.
A preseason wrap as the Cowboys host New Orleans.
He caught the ball. Touchdown to Pickens.
Pregame at 6, kickoff at 7.
Somersault to the goal line. Touchdown, Prescott.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and the Davis Law Firm. San Antonio's home for Dallas Cowboys football.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Any city. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
You know what you can trust? The protection you get when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. You know what you can't trust? Everything else, apparently. Like when you saw that article that said that thing you eat every day is a superfood and great for your gut health. But then 30 seconds later, a different article warns you to avoid it and it's taking years off your life. Well, which is it? Kind of a big difference there. Anyway, bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive for reliable coverage in a reliably unreliable world. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap GoodRx, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insured.
If you're a man and you live in or around the San Antonio area, you need to listen to this message. Do you find yourself stressing about or even avoiding intimate moments? Do you find yourself thinking, is it going to work? Does your partner look at you and ask, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Do you get frustrated when things don't live up to their expectations? Men, you're not alone, and we have a solution. For over a decade, Mojo has delivered 100% guaranteed male performance results. Mojo truly works every single time. Guys, Mojo works when all other things fail, and its proprietary formula has helped thousands of men live their best lives again. Yeah! Mojo is 100% natural, blood pressure safe, diabetic friendly, and fast acting. And Mojo is now available in both spray and capsule formulas, exclusively at Pure Line Nutrition. Call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today at 210-494-2210. That's Pure Line Nutrition, 210-494-2210.
Imagine 5 years without buying soap, shampoo, detergent, or any household cleaners. Buy a Kinetico water softener today and get a free K5 drinking station plus 5 years of pure and gentle products. Hurry, this offer ends August the 31st. Call Kinetico now.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go.
If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at christushealth.org.
Cozy season is ahead, and you'll be spending way more time inside. Is your home ready? Don't worry. With Wayfair, you can upgrade your space without breaking the bank. Score up to 70% off during their Labor Day clearance on furniture, area rugs, mattresses, and more. Plus, surprise flash deals you can't miss. Whether it's one room or the whole house, Wayfair has pieces for every style and budget.
Shop Wayfair's Labor Day clearance now through September 7th at wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson in the morning.
Women say that hearing a man's moan is the sexiest thing ever.
Right. I get that.
And makes them instantly moist.
God. You went there.
Your favorite word.
No, you went there. You ruined the moment. It was going really well until you said that.
Men claim that, some of them claim they stay quiet because that's what they were used to seeing in porn. Which I don't think that's true.
I never have the volume up on porn.
AJ and Rob, weekday mornings 6 to 10, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Brad Sham, and the Dallas Cowboys play here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, don't forget about our golf tournament. 4 foursomes, 2 singles left, September 21st. Silverhorn Golf Course.
Brought to you by the Lofts of Jesse Hernandez.
Thank you.
Flight by Yingling. Our card sponsor is Ansira.
Ansira.
Love the good people at Ansira.
Of course.
And April Ansira is a local treasure. April is also a incredible athlete. She's done like the triathlons where you swim and you bike and you run. And her training for it is insane. She even tried a 100-miler, which it's nuts. But you think about if you ever get a chance and you see April and you're talking about the swim is the most crazy part because one, you have all those swimmers that are kicking the crap out of you because well they're all racing, but the training for it could be different. I don't know why people sign up for this, but those that do, including April, hats off to you. I wouldn't want to do it. And then you hear this article and you go, yeah, this is reason number 8,014 why I never want to train for a triathlon. This guy's 31 years old. His name is Jonathan Bruni, and South Carolina guy. He was training for his upcoming triathlon in the Savannah River. I don't know where that is, but good enough.
Georgia, maybe?
I mean, Savannah, you would make sense, but he's from South Carolina. I don't know.
Yeah.
It says local South Carolina River, so the Savannah River is somewhere in North Carolina. Stay away from it. They got bad things in that water. He says, out of nowhere, it hit me. It was a pretty big impact to my right side. I felt as if my elbow had made a hard impact, maybe like diving on a gym basketball court. You're swimming. What the hell is hitting you? Well, it turned out to be a big old alligator. Had latched onto his right arm, and the endurance athlete suddenly went into survival mode. You think?
And then he channeled his inner Three Stooges.
Now, this dude, this is why he is a triathlete, and we are not. Because he didn't panic. He didn't panic. You would have panicked.
Oh, I've been screaming like a little girl. Are you kidding me?
I would have panicked. No, he calmly says that obviously he knew he was in danger and he didn't want the gator to go into the death roll and spin him because he said that would be bad. Instead, he put his thumb in the gator's eyes.
No. Yeah. Hey, Mo.
He knew, as he said, I knew where its weak spot was.
We see where Mo always poking everybody's eye, and they try to put their hand up to where you can't get in there. And you a Three Stooges fan, Minix?
Well, sure. Who didn't watch
I love
the
Three
Stooges growing up?
Love the Three Stooges. But I love that. So, I'm glad it helped him in adulthood.
Well, as soon as he shoved his thumb in the eye of the gator released, and he's not okay. He obviously is. He emerged from the water bleeding profusely. A fellow triathlete, who's also a first responder, used a cord from his swim buoy as a makeshift tourniquet, and then they called 911.
Wow. Well, I've never been bitten by an alligator. Hope to avoid that the rest of my life. But I would imagine now I know if that happens, I'm gonna poke him in the eye.
But would you be calm enough,
dude,
to poke? I mean,
how do you know?
How do you know what?
How calm you would be? You got an alligator hanging on your arm, about to chop it off, or death roll, even worse, where you're dinner for a couple of days.
Just poke it in the eye.
I'd poke it in the eye.
The more realistic thing is if you're on your nightly walk and a dog is coming after you and bites you, are you going to poke the dog in the eye?
Well, it's a little different.
How's that different?
Well, it's apples and oranges. First of all,
if a dog's latched onto your arm or your leg or something, you still poke it in the eye.
I guess you could. I mean, nobody wants to get poked in the eye. It hurts.
It does.
I would assume on every living creature, it hurts.
I would imagine.
Makes sense. Yeah, so poke it in the eye. I guess that's good. I've never thought about that, but I just thought I admire this dude. Now, his arm is still intact, right?
More or less.
All right. Well, hopefully he'll be all right. And again, wants to get right back out there.
I mean, he's an athlete, man. Just rub some dirt on it and be good to go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, this dude is so lucky because I'm thinking, dude, you poke it in the eye, now it's pissed off. It was just hungry. Now it's hangry. You've pissed it off.
Yeah, but if you get poked in the eye, dude, you know how it is. You can't do anything. And he's jabbing his thumb into this gator's eye. I mean, I would imagine that didn't feel very good.
Imagine Jaws just coming at you. The shark is getting you. And just poke it in the eye.
Yeah, I think you're screwed if that happens. Alligator, you might have a chance. I don't want that death roll, man, because that's what they do. You know, try to drown you.
Did you know that before you started reading that article?
What, about a death roll?
Yeah.
No, I knew that. If you watch an alligator, on one of those wild shows that, have the wildlife going on, it's like that's what they do. They grab the deer. They grab the deer by the neck and take it underwater, and you drown it. That's how they kill it.
And that's it. But the deer can't poke the gator in the eye.
Well, if it's got horns, I guess it could. But I mean,
you got to angle it perfectly. The fact that most animals know to go for the jugular.
Oh, this is true. I always hate seeing those reels, man, because, as soon as that little deer walks up there and tries to get a little water, there comes a gator, and it's all done.
It's all done.
It's violent. Nature's violent, man.
Well, nature is violent.
It is. It really is violent. It's unbelievable. And you watch one.
That's why there's a food chain.
Dude, you watch one of those reels, and that's all you get.
Your algorithm.
You got lions chasing this thing and tigers on that thing, and it's violent.
Well, what would you rather have in your algorithm?
Well, there's a lot of other things I'd rather have. Some I don't want to admit to. However,
but that's because of your algorithm.
Well, exactly. But lions chasing little helpless deer. I saw one where it was a little fawn, and the lion's just sitting there, just licking him.
Your algorithm is a lot different than mine.
Yeah, he's licking him, just getting him ready to be dinner. And you feel this little baby deer. It's like, oh, man, that'll happen to Mama. Mama said that line and said, every man for himself. Well, that's Daddy. It's exactly what happened. Oh, my goodness. Have we mentioned it's a getaway day? I don't know, maybe 10, 12, 20 times.
It's funny because just searching stuff for Vegas, my algorithm right now is full of Vegas reels and or ads.
It's funny. I got one, too. We were talking about the Strat yesterday.
Yep.
Guess what? Strat stuff on my phone all over the place.
This TCU story that is TCU has revoked the credentials of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram because they didn't like a report, which is total BS. Mac Engel just tweeted out. Now, Mac Engel, Fort Worth Star-Telegram columnist, and he tweeted earlier and wrote an article that it's not just this one reporter who's had their credentials revoked. Everybody from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. He tweeted, just talked to Randy Galloway, who said, I covered sports for 50 years, never had a credential revoked. Now, think about that S word.
Yeah.
And the stuff that he wrote.
Oh, my gosh.
And it's juvenile of TCU to be revoking the credentials of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram.
It just makes no sense, and it's one of the most boneheaded things I think I've ever seen. And TCU's got to do better than that. And I can't believe, quite honestly, that they haven't reinstated this dude's credential. Ian Fitzsimmons talks a little bit about that. We caught up with him at the Valero Alamo Bowl kickoff luncheon today. A very interesting guy, works for ESPN, sideline reporter, and other things, radio guy. Very good. Well, we're going to hear from Ian on all kinds of subjects and talks. I can't wait for that. So stick around with that.
Just really stick around to hear Joe's question to Ian that made Ian's head explode and really question Joe's ability to breathe and think.
You know, I'm glad I made somebody's head explode for a change instead of y'all making my head explode.
Obviously, we taped it earlier.
Ian Fitzsimmons joins us next here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area, they have extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Fall Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your work day golf buddies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at Silverhorn Golf Club. Monday, September 21st. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 a player. The Fall Golf Classic benefits First Tee Charity, so you're having a great time for a great cause. San Antonio Sports Star Fall Golf Classic, presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and in part by Flight by Yingling and PPL Motorhomes. Grab your spot now at sasportstar.com.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
If you've been hurt by a commercial vehicle, every second counts. The experienced team at Davis Law Firm has helped injured clients for more than 30 years. We know the questions to ask and the evidence to gather to help you get the verdict or settlement you deserve. Many cases often involve severe injuries and complicated investigations. So don't talk to anyone until you talk to the force. Call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. San Antonio, Austin, Corpus Christi, Laredo, RGV, Permian Basin. Attorney consultation by appointment only.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Craving chicken but can't decide how you want it? Golden Chick's got you covered. Spicy wicked wings, juicy golden roast, crispy fried chicken, hand-breaded tenders. However you like it, we fry it, roast it, and bread it fresh. And don't forget the sides, from creamy mac and cheese to golden fried okra, fresh salad to dirty rice. So many choices, you'll want to try them all. Golden Chick, so many choices, all of them delicious. 14 locations across the greater San Antonio area. Golden Chick, the original and still the best golden tenders.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Baseball season is in full swing, and there's no better place to be than Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform. Last week, New York was trading at 10% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $989 with a win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market. As the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. Download the Kalshi app and use code UPDATE to get up to $500 in bonus credits when you trade $25. Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only, must be present in state where it is legal to trade. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. Bonus credits do not expire. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
Back here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. So happy to have you along on this Wednesday afternoon. Some people call it a hump day. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix.
And, you know, earlier today, we were at the Alamo Dome for the Valero Alamo Bowl pigskin preview lunch and the universal sign that football season is here.
Yeehaw.
Their guest speaker was ESPN's Ian Fitzsimmons, and we had a chance to catch up with Ian. And, of course, I screw up his name right out of the gate by calling him or whatever the hell I said. Back here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Ian Fitzsimmons. Almost said that wrong. Ian Fitzsimmons from ESPN Radio.
Charles Barkley's been calling me Ian for 25 years.
Well, you're going to name drop 4 seconds into this thing? Come on.
Yeah, hey, look. By the way, contrary to Chuck's beliefs, there are beautiful women here in San Antonio. So there you go.
Well, we think so, too. I mean, come on. We always – but he does, too. He's just not going to say so.
Speaking of Chuck, so he's told me for years that the best place to go watch the Super Bowl, Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't go to the game. You go to the sports book and you watch everything, the chaos that ensues on every play, every snap, every sack.
What a coincidence.
You two fools are going to – you just told me during the break you're going to Vegas?
Well, Circle Las Vegas, which is the best place to watch the Super Bowl
name drop,
at the
get to this
Stadium
story, right?
Swim.
Right.
You are a radio pro. Yeah,
Yes.
doing our show there on Thursday and Friday, tomorrow and Friday.
Work. College football,
yes,
right? We got TCU, right? Sonny Dykes and the boys going over to play the Fighting Belichick's and his girlfriend, over in Dublin.
Well, will Belichick show up, though? That's the thing. Is he with his girlfriend in a cheerleading competition?
Word is he's going to be there. But and then you got NC State, Virginia. You got me, dude. It's actually a decent slate for Week 0, and you fools are going to be out in Vegas at Circa, the biggest sports book in the world.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, not bad.
I hate both of you.
Yeah, 9 a.m. Saturday is that first game. Don't ask the wife. Just tell her we're going. Book the trip and say, meet me out there. That's the way you got to do it. Now, in San Antonio today, talking at the Pigskin Preview, which is kind of for us, we know football season is here. I know Saturday there's some games, but coming down and doing these kickoff events, we know the season is here.
Oh, without a doubt. And there's a lot of chaos going on in the state of college football right now, college athletics for that matter. But once the games kick, fans don't give a damn about lawsuits and judges and court rulings. They want to just see ball, and they don't care where the player came from, I hate this whole NFL coming back to college thing. I hope that we get all that stuff resolved. But the bottom line is, once the games kick, fans want to. That's why college football is beautiful. It's the pageantry of the game. I always say college football fans are obsessed about their teams. NFL fans are passionate about their teams. There's a handful, right? Maybe the Packers, Steelers, a couple of fan bases that are like college teams. But that's the beauty of college football. And so once the games kick on Saturday, they don't care where you came from. are you going to help my team win? And they don't. I think they're exhausted with court rulings and judges and Congress. Man, let's just play ball.
We root for laundry. That's what we do, right? I mean, who's wearing that jersey? Well, what do you think about the SEC, the Big Ten? It looks like the Big 12 is going to join as well.
ACC, I expect to also.
Yeah, so good move?
Well, hell yeah. I mean, look what Lanning said. And like Dan Lanning, head coach at Oregon, I thought summed it up very well. Rhett Lashley, head coach at SMU, I talked to about this last week on my show on ESPN Radio. We have to be able to every team play under the same guidelines. So now we have a judge in Louisiana. Like my old man was an appellate court judge in the state of Louisiana. I promise you, being a boot boy, you can find a judge in Louisiana to rule in whatever favor you want to have them rule in, right? So the Lane Trains found one. But the bottom line, man, is fans just want to go watch ball. And I'm tired of it. I'm exhausted with it. But I thought Lanning put it about as well as anybody. When you sign with an agent or you go to an NFL camp, you're done. You're no longer an amateur. If you go to a WNBA camp, an NBA camp, you're done. You play in the G League, you're not an amateur anymore. And that's just what I believe.
Ian Fitzsimmons from ESPN Radio joining us here on the Blitz. That said, that's common sense. We all know that. But while I hate it and I disagree with it, I agree with Lane Kiffin. Right now, the rules say you can go get them. If I don't recruit them, somebody else will.
Well, hold on. Are they?
Well,
are they? Lanning has already said he won't.
I mean, he says that now, but what's he going to do if there's an Oregon player involved? Knowing that guy, like Texas Tech and Source,
knowing that dude as well as I do, he says it, he believes it. There is because Lanning's point, and Lashley also brought this up. You bring a guy in, like LSU had 112 players already. Your max is 105 now, folks, including walk-ons. Mm-hmm. So you're at 112 before you brought players in. Now you've gone to 114. Now you got to get rid of 9 players.
Yeah.
Like Malachi Thomas transfers in as a tight end from Pittsburgh. Well, now you're bringing Daquan Wright in. Well, how's Thomas feeling? How the parents of those players feeling? And I completely agree with Lanning. That is unethical to bring in, when you promised, this family and this player X, but now you're going to go and move X to Y?
Yeah.
Hell no. I can't do
it. It looks like that Kiffin and LSU may have recruited these guys to file this lawsuit. Those are the reports today.
Yeah, and knowing Lane a little bit,
yeah,
let's just say that there's a reason that they were doing bug sweeps at Ole Miss. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, right. Yes.
It's wild. Is it sad that that's the state of college football, or is it sad that we now know about it?
A little bit of both, I guess. Look, the ABCs, right, of college athletics, always be recruiting. Mm-hmm. But also, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. We can go back to Barry Switzer. I mean, we can go back to Bear Bryant, where they can sign, 140 players, 150 players. But the cheating part's always been around. Let's just say that we've taken it now to the court level in college football.
Yeah, which is a very sad state. All right, let's talk a little football.
Thank you.
Is Sark,
we got games this weekend,
brother.
Sark
on the hot seat?
Come on, you don't want to talk about
Hell
that.
no.
Is he not?
What? You think Sark? Let me ask you. You think he is?
Well, I think he could be if he doesn't win a natty. I think.
Hold on. Whoa.
I'm telling you.
Let's say he gets to the natty.
Okay.
And you're gonna fire him if they lose?
Well, I wouldn't fire him if he loses. No. Well, unless he gets his ass kicked. Yeah, maybe.
So you're one of the top 2 teams in America, and you're gonna can the guy.
Ian, see what I deal with daily.
Jason.
All I'm saying is that if he loses 3 games this year with the expectations that Texas has, I know they got a tough schedule. Yeah, they really do. But I mean, I think maybe
you would can Sark.
The look at his face.
Get to the national. I can't get past that.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Hang on.
About the national championship. They lose 3 games. How about that?
Twice he's been a 1 play away, literally, right, from playing for a national title. You win 9 games last year with a first-year starter quarterback who got a hell of a lot better as the year went on. I mean, your running back room got decimated, and now we're talking about if you don't win the national championship, you want to blow them up.
Ian, and you've got roots in Dallas. You understand covering the Cowboys. He's also the same guy that will say if Dak will get to the NFC Championship game, that would be okay. And we know that's BS too.
God bless you, Jason.
I'm just saying. Let's go. It's all about winning.
You got to play defense also, don't you? Right? For Cowboy fans out there.
Well, that's true. That's very true. But, it's
averaged 28 points a game last year.
It's all about winning championships. In
It is.
big-time college football.
It is. But to say that if Sark doesn't win at all, let's can him. I mean, I'm not there. I think Steve Sarkisian's one of the best head coaches in all of football, not just college football. Remarkable recruiter and a developer of talent. Look at Dia Bell. Dia Bell's going to be a star. Do you know when Sark and Kyle Flood found Dia Bell? When he was 14 years old.
Oh, wow.
That's recruiting. That's finding a player and developing talent. So you want to blow him up, go right ahead, Podden, because Dia's coming in. And if they get to the title game and Arch goes pro,
if they get to the title game, I'll keep him.
Are you backing up now?
I'll keep him. I'll back up.
No, he won't.
You can't lose 3 games.
He won't. He won't. Ian, you're in town. Spoke at the luncheon earlier today, and I know you went to dinner with the crew last night, and there was a bunch of stories you want to tell that, like, you can't tell that one, you can't tell that one. You can tell us. What were the stories that you wanted to tell that Rick Hill said, dude, you can't say that one at the luncheon today? That's what we want to know.
I tried to say it, but there is a phenomenal story when I was doing the show with Kirk Herbstreit in Columbus, Ohio. And Herb exercises to eat. I don't exercise because it makes me tired. So he's a big foodie, and once a week he would stop off at, I'll go ahead and say it, Taco Bell.
All right.
And it was this one spot on Olentangy River Road. And he comes in, and we had 3 guests booked that day. It's about this time back in 2003. So Ohio State just won a national title. We had Bob Stoops booked that day, 2 years removed from a natty. Pete Carroll, preseason #1, and Charles Barkley booked on that show. Herb comes in, throws a Taco Bell bag in the trash can. 45 minutes before the show starts. Herb's never there that early. He preps like nobody else. We talk on the phone for hours during the day. But he'd always show up about 5 minutes beforehand, sit down. Oh, boy, let's go. Let's get it. Come on. He'd crack his neck, and we'd have a blast. That Taco Bell, he's driving through, places his order, goes around, sees a guy coming out, taking out the trash. The kid digs his hand up his backside, right? Gives it a...
he smelled it too. Wow.
And then Herb's now going to the pickup window and sees that guy making his taco. And he's like, hell no. Comes in and he goes, don't even intro. I'm starting the show. That had never happened in 3 years, ever. And he comes on and goes, the Taco Bell on Olentangy River Road should be condemned. Phone lines are open. And he starts telling the story. For 2 hours, we took phone calls on the trashiest, filthiest fast food joints around in Columbus. The last hour, I said, can we go positive, please? We got the cleanest fast food restaurants in all of Columbus, Ohio, because of one drive-through moment and a kid scratching his butt and giving it a sniff and making Herbstreit's taco. There you go.
That's funny.
Man, Ian, appreciate you jumping up.
Rick Hill didn't want me to tell that story. I'm glad I finally was able to.
I'm glad, man.
I'd tell that story anyway.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, man.
My pleasure, guys.
Fun catching up with Ian Fitzsimmons, a guy that I feel like I've known for a long time, Joe, although that was the first time I've met him in person. I've been on his show nationally many times. He's been on this show throughout the years, but that was actually the first time I shook his hand and met him in person.
Hey, nice guy, and that was a funny story, and I just wonder how many other fast food restaurants have a dude scratching his behind as he's making your taco or burger or whatever it is.
I'm curious, and this would be a question for Herbstreit next time we see him. Why did you take the order anyway? Why? I mean, if you saw this guy and then you saw him making your food, you hadn't paid for it yet, unless they know, hey, that's Kirk Herbstreit, drive off. Why would you pay for the food and just throw it away?
Now, I'm surprised they didn't charge him extra for a little extra sauce.
Well, and it's the
spice.
It's the scratch and sniff part. I mean, we've all seen somebody scratch, but the additional sniff is just so unnecessary.
Yeah.
And then to watch that guy go back into the restaurant
and make his food. That's great.
That wasn't Arch's sauce.
Dude, I don't want to know what's happening behind the kitchen door.
I don't either.
I really don't.
Who is it? Is it KSAT or News 4 that does behind the kitchen door?
I have no idea.
They need, because I think it's News 4. They do the blue plate. I do like to know the clean places. I don't want to know where I don't want to go. And again, I don't care what happens in the kitchen as long as I don't see it.
The food's good. I don't want to see it. I'm good.
And the reality is, now this story, obviously, as Ian Fitzsimmons was telling it, was a long time ago, long before the recent negative news. But maybe the guy was being positive. You know, the scratch and the sniff, everything was clear. So good to go make your food.
He's making sure he wiped his behind properly.
You know, I would love to steal that bit right now. And
what, wiping your behind?
No. You know, they said they did 2 hours of radio on the worst places to go eat.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to do that to San Antonio restaurants.
No, I don't.
I do like the positives, but you know, I mean, it's almost 5. People are going to go to a drive-through lane right now. I don't want to spoil anybody's dinner, and I get why Rick Hill, who's done PR for the Valero Alamo Bowl forever.
What do you say? He told us 24 years, something like that. It's been a while.
I think he's been there since game 1, wasn't he? I mean, you know, he talked about working for the Spurs and going from Hemisphere to the Alamo Dome and then working there. I mean, you know, hell, as long as I've been in San Antonio, I think I've been working with Rick Hill at this event. I remember I went to the first Valero Alamo Bowl with tickets. Got them from KTSA Radio, and they were way up at the top. I was working at KTSA. And first event I ever covered is a media type, was the Whitaker-Chavez fight. Obviously, James Leha was on the undercard against Azuma Nelson. And Russell Scott, the old news and sports director,
I haven't heard that name in a while.
He told me to go all the way up to the top and describe what the action was like. And I described it as saying, stand on your kitchen table and put a blue napkin on your floor and 2 French fries. And that's what watching the fight from way up there looked like.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's up there. Russell Scott, man. First time around here at the radio station, worked with that guy.
Good dude.
He was a news director here
many
moons ago. Good
dude. So you pissed off Ian Fitzsimmons by saying Sark's on the hot seat. Now, you and I have been doing this show for a long time.
Well, I don't think I pissed him off. He just thinks I'm crazy.
He thinks you're a dumb butt.
Join the club.
Exactly. Where's Jeff Traylor when you need him? But when you think about that, you have not said that yet. I've not heard that really from you at this point, but I think it is worthy of discussion because the expectations are high. Now, I'm with Ian. There's no way Sark is on the hot seat, but if he fails to meet expectations this year, if they have 3 losses, if they don't make the playoffs, I do think next year the seat will be extremely hot. This year, they're not going to cut him loose. I'm not even sure what his contract is, but I do think if this season for UT is not a successful one, doesn't include a playoff berth, going into next year, because he won't have Arch either, his seat will be extremely hot.
Well, and that's the whole point. He won't have Arch. This could be the final run for Arch Manning at the University of Texas. And if you don't at least get into the playoffs and make a deep run, getting to the national championship game, obviously, he'd be fine, win or lose. But I'm saying if you don't get there with the expectations of Arch Manning coming to Texas and you lose 3 or 4 ball games this year, I absolutely think some boosters are going to start grumbling. Arch Mannings don't come around once in a blue moon. And I just think with all the talent that they've recruited, everybody is high on the University of Texas. And I just think, man, he's got to produce this year. It's got to be one of those years that it's got to be a deep run. And they've got a tough schedule, man. It's not easy. They've got a really difficult schedule, and obviously it starts out with Ohio State in week 2.
Well, and that's, I mean, when you think, all right, they open up against Texas State, then Ohio State, then they get UTSA, then that road game at Tennessee. Then you've got the Red River rivalry, the Oklahoma game.
They're going to be better.
Then you got Florida. Then you got Ole Miss at home, Mississippi State at home. You go to Missouri, LSU on the road, and you know that's going to end up being a night game. Arkansas, which always seems to give the Longhorns fits.
Yeah.
And then November 27th against Texas A&M. And we know how that goes. The expectations for A&M this year, both teams in the preseason top 10. Now, we can redebate or whatever about how much both of us hate preseason polls because you have no true idea. I am glad, though, that Texas isn't number one to start the season. They shouldn't have been a year ago. Ohio State gets that honor, and we all know most of the teams that are ranked number one at the start of the year don't finish that way. They're a top 10 team. Their roster says they're top 10. Their payroll says they are top 10.
Yeah, again, it's going to be a tough road. That Ole Miss game, even though it's in Austin, is not going to be easy. Ole Miss is going to be a good football team again this year, and going on the road to Tennessee. I mean, it's just a difficult schedule. That's all I'm saying, and I doubt it would happen. I think it would have to be a complete disaster for that to happen. But when you've got a talent like Arch Manning, I know the expectations in Austin and everywhere there's a Longhorn fan are through the roof. And I think Sark has to produce this year, and it's got to be a long playoff run. Or maybe you're right, not this year, but next year he certainly will be on the hot seat.
And again, what's interesting is, and obviously Ian Fitzsimmons has a great relationship with Dan Lanning at Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon might be the best team in the country.
They might be.
Oregon always might be the best team in the country. Yet when are they going to break through? And you guys all know, if you've listened to this show for a long time, my niece's husband, Lucas, he's been duck boy on my phone since he was in high school. Every year, kind of like Longhorn fans that expect you're going to go win the national championship. Oregon has had those expectations. They're number 2. They got 14 first-place votes. Notre Dame got 6. Indiana got 8. Miami 1.
Well, Notre Dame shouldn't count.
But they do. Yeah. Texas didn't get a single first-place vote in the AP preseason top 25.
Well, that's interesting. That really is interesting, and I'm surprised at that because I've heard people rave about the University of Texas and what they've done and the players that they've recruited. And then, of course, you've got Arch Manning. Unless the spotlight is kind of soured a little bit on Manning because with the exception of the end of the season last year, Manning really hasn't done all that much. He did finish the season very well, though, and hopefully that carries into this season. But that Ohio State game is going to say a lot, and I know it's not going to make or break either one of their seasons, whoever loses that game. But I think it's going to say a lot. If it's a competitive football game, if they're going toe-to-toe and Texas happens to get nudged out at the end, okay, so be it. But if Ohio State rolls into Austin and whacks Texas, then that's a problem.
It will be. And again, the beauty of all the crap that we've been talking about, the courts and the lawsuits and come Saturday, that's not going to matter. And because we're all going to watch these games and it's going to be fun. TCU and North Carolina get things started this Saturday. You and I will be at Circa Las Vegas.
Yes, we will.
Saturday, so at a 9 a.m. kickoff, and I can't wait because we actually have good games. And there really is a pretty decent slate. For week 0, you have a decent slate of football games. Now, we made a video while we were at the Alamo Dome earlier. And, because obviously you got Pac-12 Legacy, whatever that means, and the Big 12 that are playing in the Valero Alamo Bowl, or that's what the matchup is going to be. So they have all the helmets there. Now, my daughter went to Arizona State. She's got 2 master's degrees from there, so they're my Big 12 team now. Could be Texas Tech, but it's Arizona State because, well, financially it says so. You don't really have a Big 12 or a Pac-12 team, although Texas State's now in the Pac-12.
Well, yeah.
But we both grabbed a helmet. And you grabbed a USC helmet.
That surprised you, didn't it?
It kind of did.
You thought I was going to talk good about USC.
I was like, what's he doing? Because we didn't talk about what the video was going to be like. We were just like, grab a helmet and let's promote the Alamo Bowl.
Well, I said the team that I despise the most in the Big 12 is USC.
Uh-huh.
And in my opinion, Lincoln Riley's the most overrated coach in college football.
Uh-huh.
And so I hope they don't win a football game all year. In fact, I hope they get rolled every game. It's not going to happen, but I don't want to see them do well.
Not a fan of USC.
Not at all.
Saturday, they open against San Jose State in Los Angeles. They are a 38.5-point favorite.
Well, I hope they cover that, for goodness sake. San Jose State.
Uh-huh.
They might as well go play a pickup game in their backyard.
Mm-hmm. Just saying.
Gracious.
I think, isn't San Jose State now in the Mountain West?
I have no clue I don't know who's where or what happens.
Yeah, of course.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
College football is here.
It is here. We know that because I tell you that the Alamo Bowl luncheon is always that's just the kickoff. It really is the kickoff.
Our universal sign in San Antonio. All the people down there, they had a new game called the donkey throw, the donk throw, the donk toss.
Yeah.
Ryan Eagle, the gold medalist.
Well, I'm pretty good donkey tosser. Whatever the hell that means. We got to take a break, but we got a lot more to do here on this edition of the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. August is almost over, and that is a big deal because at the end of August, a really great promotion goes away from your friends at Connecticut. One smart decision could improve your water and eliminate 5 years of shopping for everyday soaps and cleaners. That's incredible. It is for this month only, though. When you buy a Connecticut water softener, you're going to get that free K5 reverse osmosis drinking station. They'll install it right there at your kitchen sink, but you're also going to get 5 full years of pure and gentle personal care and household cleaning products. That means no buying hand soap, body wash, shampoo, laundry detergent, no need for dish soap or all-purpose cleaners for 5 full years. Imagine how much money that is going to save you. In fact, you can choose from a wide variety of fresh fragrances, or you can select fragrance-free options for your family. Look, we all know Connecticut gives your home better water. It helps protect your plumbing and appliances, and they're built to be the last water softener that you're ever going to own. But this offer ends August 31st. August is almost over, and so is the 5-year pure and gentle package. Make the wise decision for your home. Call Connecticut today. Get better water, a free K5 drinking station, 5 years of soaps and cleaners, one limited time Connecticut offer. Give them a call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or get them online at ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
San Antonio Sports Star has South Texas' biggest sports stick, enhanced by Dr. Boom Boom Pow. KTFM Floresville, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Bottles are filling and payroll's next. Whoa, what the? I'm you with more gusto. What's with the leather jacket? It's kind of my new vibe, which, by the way, switch to Gusto for payroll. Switch? Oh, that's always such a headache. With Gusto, it's effortless. Kind of like looking cool in this jacket. Payroll, benefits, even 401k. Simple. Can I try it on? Gusto? Sure. The jacket? No. Switch to effortless payroll. Choose a future with Gusto.
Hey, it's Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace from 2311 Racing. On the track, every second counts. And off the track, the same rules apply. Just fewer pit stops. That's why we're spinning into Chumba Casino. From social live casino to slot masters, the action's fast, fun, and totally free. Rack up points, climb the leaderboard, and take home bragging rights. Play anytime, anywhere. No downloads needed. Join the race at ChumbaCasino.com. Let's Chumba.
Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21, present in the state where it's legal to play.
Football season is almost here, and just in time for kickoff, the new Roo Pub will be open in New Braunfels, in Creekside near the Buc-ee's. You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch any big game, any big event, and the New Braunfels location will be no different. Heading to the coast, check out the Roo Pub in Rockport, and of course the OG Roo Pub at 281 in Redland Road is the perfect place for your fantasy draft. Roo Pub number 3, opening soon in New Braunfels. We'll see you at the Roo.
If you get injured in an auto accident, you're about to get unsolicited phone calls from strangers about hiring a lawyer, and guess what? It's a scam. My name's Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney and have been representing people injured in auto accidents since 1994, and what I'm seeing today is very disturbing. Somehow attorneys or their hired agencies are getting the phone numbers of folks who have been injured, and they call them and try to get them to sign a contract. Some advice: never open an email written in Chinese or one with an attachment from a Gmail account sent at 3 a.m. in the morning. Also, never, ever hire an attorney who would call you after an auto accident. In my opinion, an attorney who would do this is the type of attorney that couldn't get a client based on their own experience, their own reputation. Just call me, Jason Thompson. It's free, and I'll give you honest, straightforward advice. If you want to hire me after we talk, that's your decision. My number, 210-900-0400. Call me as soon as you can after an auto accident to get straight, honest advice. That's Jason Thompson. My number, 210-900-0400.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Everyone needs to take care of their mental health, even running back Bijan Robinson.
When I'm on the field and feeling the pressure, I usually just take a deep breath. When I'm just breathing and seeing what's in front of me, everything just slows down. It just makes me feel great before I run the play.
Just like Bijan, we all need a strong mental game on and off the field. Make a game plan for your mental health at loveyourmindplaybook.org.
Love your mind.
Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Foundation, the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation, and the Ad Council.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Good news today. The NFL has scrapped the Pro Bowl. Players will still be honored, but there will be no alternates. Sorry, Shedeur Sanders. Cowboys had some big news drop over last night. Jerry Jones and the team announced they are partnering with HEB. Texans, rough joint practice in Carolina with the Panthers today. Right tackle Braden Smith, defensive end Ali Gay, both carted off with lower leg injuries.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Happy Hump Day, everybody. Hope you're having a great one out there. Whatever you're doing, however you're doing it. Appreciate you stopping by here and spending a little time with us on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. That guy is Jason Minix. It's a getaway day, Minix.
It is. Let's see. The company jet known as Southwest Airlines is warming up, ready to go. But we have another solid almost hour to get through before we head over to the airport. And I really shouldn't do this to you, Joe.
Uh-oh.
On a
what are you going to do?
On a getaway. Well, we haven't made your head explode too much today.
No, you really haven't. It's been one of those great days. Now, you know, Ian Fitzsimmons.
Well, you made his head explode.
Yeah.
I mean, look. I mean, that's
that guy. How do you get a job at ESPN thinking like that? Thinking like that. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it goes that way. I mean that's part of it. He knows.
Oh, you're a dumb butt.
And you just kind of roll from there.
Uh-huh.
But I saw something this morning, and I know you haven't seen it because when I mentioned it in the last commercial break, you said, "What did Louis Riddick say?"
Uh-huh.
And because I know you so well, Joe Reinagel, you're going to say, but he hadn't played it down yet. He hasn't done anything yet. And look, a lot of talk about Caleb Downs, who had an incredible interception in last night's practice up there at the Ford Center.
Yeah,
but
Lewis, number 4.
Louis Riddick on Get Up this morning was talking about a Cowboys rookie that you better remember his name, and he wasn't talking about Caleb Downs.
What?
Look, you know what? We've talked about Caleb Downs all the time when we're talking about who's going to be the focal point of this revamped defense. Remember the name. We'll talk about him later on. Jayshon Barham, their draft pick from Michigan. He, to me, outside of Caleb, maybe even more so than Caleb, I'm just going to say this, may be the most consequential draft pick that they've made this year. This guy could be the best linebacker they have had there since Sean Lee, back in the early 2000s. This guy is that good. Trust me when I say this. Just watch his tape from last week.
Watch his tape from last week. Okay, thanks, Lewis. They were playing, second and third stringers? Look, the guys look great in camp. He really has. And I see the potential there, and I understand where Lewis is going. This guy, be already comparing this guy to Sean Lee?
Well, again, we're in the comparison business.
Oh, but come on, Sean Lee? Where's the respect for Sean Lee?
Again, maybe, he said maybe, didn't say will be, but maybe the best linebacker the Cowboys have had since Sean Lee. I just hope he has a far better injury history than Sean Lee. However I should phrase that as a professional broadcaster. But, and again, we heard about this dude when we were out there, but we didn't get to see him a lot when we were in Oxnard. But this past weekend, you're right, Lewis is right, put on the tape. That guy is a beast. Now, I know he's got two things going against him in the mind of Joe Reinagle, because, again, I know Joe. He's from Michigan.
That's bad.
And he's a rookie and hasn't done anything yet.
That's bad, too.
But the potential that he has shown, along with the potential that Caleb Downs has shown, are two more reasons why this Cowboys defense should be so much more improved than what we saw a year ago.
Well, I'm telling you, the Cowboys keep looking for that pass rushing specialist, and it could be Barnum.
Learn his name when he makes the team and makes an impact, right?
Once he's no longer a rookie and has actually played in a real football game, we'll go from there.
Here we go.
But I say that in all seriousness, the guy could be the pass rusher that the Cowboys are looking for because that's what he does. He's good at it. He's quick. He's got all the tools. He really does. Again, I want to see him come September 13th, and maybe that's a bad example. That's against the New York Giants. But again, I want to see what he does on the field. I want to see what Caleb Downs does on the field. He's got all the tools. He looks like a stud in training camp, in preseason football games. Once they do that when the lights are the brightest, then you start to realize that, okay, the Cowboys have done a good job. But I agree with you, all of you. I think both of those guys are going to be difference makers. I expect them to be. I just want to see it first before I fit them for gold jackets.
Now, again, nobody is fitting anybody for a gold jacket, and that includes Sean Lee. But you look at Jayshon Barham and Malachi Lawrence. Malachi Lawrence was a first-round pick, but he was the second first-round pick. And then Barham was taken in the third round. And both right now are likely backups. Malachi Lawrence is the backup to Rashawn Gary, and Barham is the backup to D. Winters. So now you're seeing some of the depth. And if Christian Parker is rolling a lot of guys in, situational football, the limit for Barham. And again, we didn't get a chance to talk to Jayshon, but then again, not many media people have. He talked last night at the deal up there in Dallas at the Star and was asked about New Orleans Friday night, and he's like, I hate him. I hate everybody we're going to play. I hate him. He's like the Terminator.
I love that.
I think they're giving him the nickname Predator or Terminator. I don't know, something like that. But, he's a robot. I hate him. Then I think about, we were talking to Brad Sham in Oxnard, and Brad was, trying to get to know the rookies. Hadn't met him yet because, I don't know, he does his work and then they put him back in the robot cage or whatever. And Brad was like, yeah, he's interesting. He might hurt somebody.
Yeah, he might.
And Brad's question was on or off the field. And whoever Brad was talking to said both.
Yes. I like the attitude, and I like the fact that you hate the team you're playing. You should, at least for that 3 hours. That should be the enemy number one. So I love the fact that everybody that the Cowboys are going to line up against, Barnum's going to hate him. And so it's great. That I love. And again, I've watched him play. I saw what he did last week. The guy is so fast. He's quick. He's making linemen miss, and he's got the potential to be really, really good.
Potential being the key word.
Yes.
But for Louis Riddick on Get Up to say, who you need to watch? Put on the tape. And for a guy like Louis Riddick to put on the tape, and that dude is who jumps off the screen for you to where you're going to use time on your national TV show, in talking about the Cowboys, say you keep an eye out for number 55. Because my guess is when the producers were like, all right, we got to do our official Cowboy segment of the hour, they probably said, let's do something on Caleb Downs. And for him, like, yeah, Caleb's great. All of that. Watch 55 because that dude jumps off the tape.
Yeah. I totally agree. Again, I saw him. I saw what he could do, how the potential that he has. And again, I think the Cowboys have done a great job of not only drafting but of revamping that defense. And again, on paper, it looks like it's going to be a monster. It really does. And I'm not saying it's top. It's not the Houston Texans, not even close. But it's going to be good. And if the offense performs the way they did last year, anywhere close to that, this team is going to be difficult to beat. They really are. Not saying they're going undefeated. They will lose some football games. However, they're going to be much improved defensively, and that could spell good things for Cowboy fans. I'm not going to mention the SB word, but certainly maybe a playoff win or two. Who knows?
A playoff win or two. Maybe 3.
Maybe.
I mean, you
got to win 4 to walk out with that trophy.
Let's just get to the playoffs. It's been 2 years for the Cowboys.
Let's get to September 13th. How about that?
It can't come soon enough.
Can we get there?
I mean, we got to look at the calendar and follow the days. Now, last night training camp is continuing for the Cowboys, now at the Star in Frisco. Open practice. You talk about the expectations for this Cowboys football team. Clarence Hill tweeted out last night, the most attended practice they have had this portion in years. That tells you the fans are starting to buy in. And again, around here, it kind of feels like a lot of fans they want to buy in, but they don't want to touch the stove. They know it's hot. Are they going to get burnt again? But I think that is changing. And I think once people see these starters play, then you're going to see that Cowboy fandom really turn. That crowd last night was incredible. And then after practice, they got treated to a drone show as HEB gets introduced as a new sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. I can't imagine what that must have cost for a new sponsor to get that kind of welcome to the Dallas Cowboys. But the drone show looked incredible. The commercials that you're going to expect. And if we don't get Brandon Aubrey Butter, because that's his nickname, tortillas out of this promotion, they have done something wrong. I'm just saying. I mean,
well,
Butter Aubrey,
they're good at it.
Yeah,
they're very good at it. It's going to be very similar to what we all see with the Spurs
and what they do with the Houston Texans and the other teams.
So in other words, HEB's going into Dallas to take over.
Yep,
just like they've taken over everything else: San Antonio, Houston, and now Dallas.
Yep.
Well, that's awesome. Good for them.
And Dak Prescott is going to be one of their guys wearing the I Love HEB T-shirts. And Dak last night addressed the crowd.
One of the things that I love most about being a Dallas Cowboy is the connection that we have to the greatest fans in the game. We know what this team means to y'all. We feel the support every time that we take the field, and we never take it for granted. And now, it's almost time to get this season started, and we've been putting in the work. And we're ready to go, and we know Cowboys Nation is going to be right there with us every step of the way. So enjoy tonight, get ready for the season, and when we take the field, we're going to need you to get loud and continue to be the best fans in the NFL. Cowboys Nation, are you ready? Here we go.
How about that? Dak Prescott.
Here we got him.
Dak Prescott addressing the crowd there. And
Is
look,
he running for mayor?
He could, I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure he could. It's going to be fun.
In August.
Look, the fans are excited. Cowboy fans are excited, and they should be. This team, and I hope, beyond hope, maybe some of you out there will just say, way to go, Jerry. Just give old Jerry a pat on the back.
La cuca cucaroo. La cuca cucaroo. Paloma.
If they win it all, I think Jerry will get credit, and he should get a lot of credit.
They got to win it all now, huh?
Well,
what, are you going to fire him if he doesn't win it all?
He's the owner.
He's on the hot seat?
He never is. We have said, I don't know how many times over the last 30 years that Jerry, the owner, would have fired the GM if it wasn't the same guy in the mirror. And he's fired the guy in the mirror many times.
Yes.
I mean, he's told those stories. And he should get credit for the roster and the investment and the turnaround. And I think he's gotten credit when they've had teams capable of winning. Last year, was not a team capable of winning.
Nope.
And he should take all the negative that comes with that.
And he did. He did.
And he does. And that's one thing that Jerry is willing to put himself on the line and take the criticism. Not a lot of people are willing to do that. Jerry is. He is sincere and genuine when it comes to taking the negative. And that's all he says. I can handle the criticism as long as you're fair.
Sure.
And that's what it comes down to. And, Jerry's such a legend. And halftimes have become legendary. A couple of years ago, Thanksgiving halftime show, it was Dolly Parton, who, as we all know, passed away yesterday. Sad. The tributes, some of the specials on TV
stuff,
last night.
Great stuff.
Just seeing all the different clips from Dolly. What an incredible life. And, of course, Jerry Jones had a lot to say about Miss Dolly.
She transcended being a great entertainer to a wonderful person. And she's a role model to all of us. We're so thrilled that we got to have her here for our Thanksgiving Day kickoff. Never forget her giving $1 million to the Salvation Army.
Yep, she was a generous person too, and Jerry really liked her. He spoke highly of her every time her name came up. So, a sad day for all of us. A sad day for all of us, for sure. We got to take a break. Coming up next, though, I want to address something. TCU did something that should be condemned by every media outlet in the country. I'm going to let you know what that is, and we'll talk about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Got to ask you a question, though, and I know 90% of you, the answer is going to be yes. Have you ever wanted to drive an exotic or luxury vehicle without the commitment of buying one? Yes, Joe. I have. Pascucci Prestige has something really unique. In fact, right now, they're looking for their founding members, and those members are going to get exclusive perks. So get this. Instead of owning just one car, you're going to get access to an incredible fleet of luxury and exotic vehicles. Not to mention the fact you don't have to worry about the insurance. You don't have to worry about the upkeep, which is really expensive with these types of cars, or the maintenance. None of that stuff you got to worry about. You just drive the car and you return it back to Pascucci Prestige. 5 driving days every month in the vehicle of your choice. 1,000 miles every month to use across the vehicles you drive. You also get early access to brand new vehicles before anyone else, plus the opportunity to help influence what gets added to their fleet. If you've been thinking about driving something extraordinary, stop putting it off. Now is the time. Here's what I want you to do. Go to PascucciPrestige.com, PASCUCCI Prestige.com. Ask them how you can become one of those founding members. Look, the spots are going to fill up. Get in, ask them about it, and get it done. PascucciPrestige.com, PASCUCCI Prestige.com.
The players change, the coaches change, but the traditions never do. A&M football is back. Are you ready to play the game? 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
In a recent survey of 123,000 wireless customers, Pure Talk was the only wireless company to receive 5 stars in every category: coverage, support, value, and data. What else do you need to know? Switch to Pure Talk today and get any plan, including their top-shelf unlimited data plan, for just $15 a month for your first 3 months. No contract, no commitment. Dial pound 250, say micro, and let Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team help you make the switch.
On BritBox, your next hidden gem is right around the corner.
If you're going to be bold, here is the place to do it.
Get ready for Britain's most anticipated series, streaming exclusively on BritBox. Catch new seasons of favourites, including Ludwig, starring David Mitchell.
You want someone to get murdered?
And the eagerly awaited new adaptation of Agatha Christie's iconic detective duo, Tommy and Tuppence.
Do you think we're actually really good at this?
Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Watch with a free trial.
It's a Yingling thing. Working a long day in your home office, pretending the kitchen counter is a standing desk, checking in with your dog like he's your supervisor, and rewarding yourself at 4:30 with a cold Flight by Yingling. Crisp, smooth, light on calories, but never on flavor. Because a heavy day of work deserves a premium light beer. And your supervisor said you earned it. It's a Yingling thing. Keep it light with Flight.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, 5 minutes could save you 5 hours. My name is Jason Thompson, and since 1994, I've helped people recover and get their lives back to normal after an auto accident. From medical providers, health insurance, hospital bills, missing work, insurance companies, not to mention your car is wrecked. It's a lot to deal with. My clients hire me to take care of all of these issues so they can focus on recovering from their injuries and not worry about the insurance companies. A 5-minute phone call with me can save you 5 hours of worrying about things that I have handled for clients for more than 30 years. Don't worry. Just call me. Jason Thompson's my name. It's free, and I'll give you honest, straightforward advice. Experience matters. If you want to hire me after we talk, that's your decision. My number, 210-900-0400. Call me as soon as you can after an auto accident to get straightforward, honest advice. And stop worrying. That's my job. That's Jason Thompson, 210-900-0400.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Back here on the Blitz 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Happy to have you along on this Wednesday afternoon. I'm Joe Reinigle. Jason Minix is here as well. And Jason, TCU, right before their opening game of the college football season, has stepped in a pile of poo.
Hey, you know, they really have. And look, as members of the media, we cover teams and report to the fans. Fans want fair, honest coverage. That's why there are so many outlets out there covering sports. There are blogs, and I understand not everybody is going to credential bloggers. Some do, some don't. But the coverage has to be fair. And you see more and more restrictions on media coverage. The crap that Colorado did with, you can't report anything, and, filming this and filming that. And I completely disagree with it, but I could see where coaches are paranoid over certain coverage. But what TCU has done is gone a step further. They have banned the Fort Worth Star-Telegram and pulled credentials over the reporting of a locker room assault that resulted in a case filing with TCU campus police. Now, they pulled credentials over real reporting. It's not like this reporter was doing something that was wrong in an area he shouldn't have been, violated some sort of code. He reported on a story, which is what reporters do. TCU might not like the story, but to then ban the media from doing their job is wrong on every level.
Well, and the excuse they're using is that the victim was being harassed or getting, threatening stuff coming his way. According to Nick Harris of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, the reporter that did this story never mentioned the victim's name, never mentioned it. It was the victim himself on his Instagram page that said, hey, it was me. And so he was the one. So, look, people are coming out, especially people in the media, and we're going to do that. And I know if you're listening, it's like, well, y'all are just in the media. It matters. It matters. Same thing happened with the Spurs. If you'll recall, do you remember that? Greg Simmons reported on something that happened on the team plane and or in the locker room. I think it was involving Avery Johnson at one point in time, and that's what ended the media's free trips everywhere on the Spurs team plane. Some of that stuff is off limits, though. I will give you that. But if you're in the locker room after a practice or a game, that's open session. Well, and what happens in there is fair game.
And quite honestly, even if it wasn't an open locker room and somebody on TCU told Steven Johnson from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram about a fight, and he got another source or two to confirm that the fight had happened. That's what reporters do. As long as you're willing to back up your reporting, which he is, and we all know that the fight did happen because the victim went on Instagram. But when they say, well, you did all this and they was getting harassed, he actually never reported who the players were. He reported that there was a fight. Now, according to Nick Harris, Stevens' trip to Ireland this weekend for TCU's game against North Carolina is still on. So he's still getting on that plane. And even though TCU has pulled his credential for the game, I'm pretty sure when he shows up, he'll be able to get in. The other part that is going to be interesting for TCU, the Star-Telegram is the only full-time outlet that covers TCU athletics. So, I mean, think about that for a minute. The Dallas Morning News does not have somebody assigned to cover TCU, which a little bit of a surprise.
Little bit of a surprise, but I get it. I mean, TCU's in Fort Worth. Right? I mean, so that's who covers them. I'm a little bit surprised, but look, the Dallas Morning News has got a lot of fish to fry.
Well, they do, but I mean, you would think a team in the Big 12, does the Dallas Morning News have somebody covering, UT or A&M? And again, I know with newsroom cutbacks and budgets, it's their Fort Worth Star-Telegram, TCU is in Fort Worth, the Metroplex, whatever. But
when you get a full-time beat writer,
and you're getting that coverage. What you don't understand is these universities will then bitch and complain if they're not getting coverage, or why do you show favoritism to this program? And sometimes it has to do with winning. Sometimes it has to do with what in the newspaper's equation, what are their readers interested in? And you kind of go from there. You know, I've said for years, Texas State, I think, has made a mistake forever because they cater to Austin media and ignore San Antonio media.
True.
When there are so many Southwest Texas State alumni, but their TV is from Austin. So they'd rather get 20 seconds after a minute and a half of UT coverage than get great coverage from San Antonio. And now with UTSA, Texas State's like, why don't you cover us? It's interesting how that works. But even like Shireen Williams, tweeted out, absolutely no outlet should cover any of their home games until this is rectified. This is unbelievable. And I would imagine the TV stations in Dallas, the radio stations in Dallas, and the other newspapers, again, you can go cover something, but to be told no and that's the reason why, that's wrong on every level. There are like the Society of Professional Journalists and other groups like that are probably going to rally around the Fort Worth Star-Telegram to try to get this fixed.
Well, there's no doubt about it, and I think TCU will come around. They'll realize they made a mistake. And the PR people there probably knew it was going to be a mistake, but this came directly from the top, I'm sure. And so you got to do what you got to do. But I think they'll come around. They're going to catch a lot of heat for this. Look, again, I know there are a lot of sports folks that don't like the media, would rather not talk to us. And there's reasons for that. There have been bad so-called journalists that report things that, quite frankly, aren't true, or maybe dance around issues, whatever the case may be. But most of us are fair. And if we have a criticism or we're writing something that happened, it's a fair thing 9 times out of 10. And so I think they'll catch a lot of heat for this, and it will be rectified soon.
I mean, Calvin Watkins of the Dallas Morning News, who's the president of the NFL Writers Association, no more TCU coverage. You ban a media outlet for doing its job. We'll stop covering everything, any school function. Nope, not doing it. Gavin Dawson, who works in radio in Dallas, says, I've been looking at them sideways since they organized the drug sting on their own football team over some college kids smoking weed. Brad Sham, voice of the Cowboys, in all caps, unacceptable. It really is. But it's that two-way street. Sure, when things aren't great and you get mad at the media for reporting something, I get it, you're mad. But that reporter is doing its job. But at the same time, hey, where's the coverage of this? Where's the coverage of that? Will you come cover this? Hey, we have an event coming up. Can you guys get so-and-so on to talk about this event that's coming up? So it's interesting when these when these sports teams want coverage, boy, they want it. But you write something that they don't like, and they ban your credentials. Big time wrong.
And look, they're going to feel it. The TCU will, because I think, at least in the short term, this ban is going to happen. The majority of media outlets in the Dallas-Fort Worth area will not cover TCU. They're in Ireland this week, but they will be home. They're going to have a home game, and they're going to want to sell tickets, and they're going to want to get people out there. And a lot of that has to do with the media. Whether you like it or not, we are the voice of the fan.
Well, the conduit from the team to the fan.
Absolutely. And so it's going to be interesting to see. But I just think they really stepped in it right now, and I think made a knee-jerk reaction. This guy pissed them off. They didn't want that story out, and they're just pissed right now. They'll calm down and realize everything's going to be okay.
You know what's really going to be okay?
What's that?
James Pledger. Yeah, James Pledger walked in today saying, man, the Rangers play at 6. I don't have a show today. But he's got really good teammates in Joe Reinagle and Jason Minnick.
Yeah, we'll do anything for Pledge.
We will.
Yeah.
Including, we got to leave. We've got to catch a plane.
Yeah.
Because we're going to Vegas, baby.
But that's
Circa
beside
Las
the point.
Vegas.
We would do that anyway for Pledge.
Let him finish out the show?
Yes.
We would. I mean, look, Pledge has a contract. He gets so many minutes a week. Nobody's buying that.
Nobody's buying that.
We got to catch a plane.
We do.
So
Vegas,
an early version of Extra Innings with Pledge coming up, because tomorrow and Friday, the Blitz live at Circa Las Vegas.
We will see you in Vegas, y'all. Until then, listen to Pledge. Have a great night.
You know, if you're dealing with any issues at your house with your AC or your plumbing, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, AC, and Heating. Call them at 210-651-5899, 651-5899. At Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios, big job, small job, residential or commercial. They also have great maintenance programs, and they have fixes for problems you might not realize could be your air conditioner. Like if your house smells off, that could actually be your air conditioner. And there was a need for this, so they created what they call the Breathe Easy package. Well, they are going to pull and deep clean your blower motor, blower wheel, and AC housing. They'll clean the coil and disinfect the inside of your AC cabinet. Then they will install a UV light to zap bacteria and other stuff that's hiding in there. You'll get cleaner air, a fresher home, and an AC system that smells like it should. So call Quartermoon at 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Fall Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your work day golf buddies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at Silverhorn Golf Club. Monday, September 21st. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 a player. The Fall Golf Classic benefits First Tee Charity, so you're having a great time for a great cause. San Antonio Sports Star Fall Golf Classic, presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and in part by Flight by Yingling and PPL Motorhomes. Grab your spot now at sasportstar.com.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Any city. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, get any size mattress for one low price, starting at $249.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm gonna let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
What if one smart decision could improve your water and eliminate 5 years of shopping for everyday soaps and cleaners? For this month only, buy a Connecticut water softener and receive a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water station at your kitchen sink, plus 5 full years of pure and gentle personal care and household cleaning product. That means no buying hand soap, body wash, shampoo, laundry detergent, dish soap, all-purpose cleaners, and more for a full 5 years. Now, you can choose from a wide variety of fresh fragrances or select fragrance-free options for your family. Connecticut gives your home better water, helps protect your plumbing and appliances, and is built to be the last water softener you'll ever own. But this offer ends August the 31st, and once August is over, the 5-year Pure and Gentle package is gone forever. Make the wise decision for your home. Call Connecticut today for better water quality, a free K5 drinking station, and 5 years of essentials. 5 years of soaps and cleaners. One limited time. Call Connecticut at 656-PURE.
ConnecticutSA.com. AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson in the morning.
I mean, it is kind of weird for a teacher to be FaceTiming a student.
It is, yes. It is something that it's hard to imagine.
I am the father of a 14-year-old high school student.
Rob, like that, first of all, that's a child, but when you're the child, you don't feel like a child.
No.
All the parts work.
Yeah, you don't feel like a child when your math teacher's pulling out her boobies on FaceTime.
Trying to get an A.
You don't feel like you're being groomed.
Hey, maybe your son's like you, just wants to know what the nipple looks like.
Maybe so.
You never know.
Maybe so.
And then other stuff, but that was one of the stuff.
I hope that's how his mind works. A proud papa.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, boy.
Proud papa.
AJ and Rob, weekday mornings 6 to 10, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This is Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Rock and roll! The Texans win it!
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That ball is history! A walk-off home run!
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledger.
Welcome into Extra Innings with Pledger here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I am James Pledger. Appreciate y'all joining me. However you may be joining me, whether that's 94.1 on your FM dial, if you happen to be locked in listening live at sasportstar.com via our AA Best Bail Bonds audio player, or if you are watching live on YouTube. That's right, we stream all of our shows on YouTube, the Blitz, AJ and Rob in the morning, and of course right here on Extra Innings with Pledger. All you got to do is go to our YouTube channel, at SA Sports Star on YouTube, or just click straight through on sasportstar.com. You can find us all there. Of course, we've got you covered as we get you ready for Rangers baseball coming up at the top of the hour. The guys on their way to the airport to board a plane and broadcast live tomorrow from Circa Las Vegas. The ones of y'all that are going there, congratulations. Hope y'all have a blast up there in Vegas. I will be right here waiting on y'all and bringing you all the news. Now, lots going on this week with Cowboys, college football, and how that is changing seemingly every 5 minutes and the way that things are done. But, and as many in the chat have discussed, I bring it to you. What do y'all want to talk about today as we get you ready for Rangers White Sox finale coming up here at the top of the hour, with them now a half game behind the Astros for first place in the AL West as the Astros ended up taking Game 1 9-7 with the Yankees up in New York last night after the Rangers dropped their game 11-7 to the White Sox out there in Chicago. A lot of Texans chatter in the chat. And if you want to be a part of the show, feel free to call in 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. If you want to be a part of the conversation, lots of things going on today at camp. Texans had a joint practice with the Carolina Panthers. They flew out last night to go to Carolina. They are now there. Practice concluded. Couple of big notes from it. Right tackle Braden Smith, who is in a competition with Trent Brown for the starting right tackle job. 2 years, $20 million spent on him this offseason. He is carted off the field with what is being described by Adam Schefter as a foot injury. That is the depth of what we know right now. Don't know the severity, don't know what type of foot injury is or how long he may be out. The other brings into question the depth on the defensive line as Ali Gay ends up going down at the exact same time on a separate field on the defensive side, and he got carted off as well with a lower leg injury. Not sure what it is, but if it is significant, you had to go out and work out a couple of guys, bring in Parrish yesterday after losing Dylan Horton to an Achilles tear. And now you've got, of course, some of the best edge rushers in the league. When you talk about Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson, behind that you have Jadeveon Clowney. But behind that it gets a little bit thinner. Although at practice today it did say that Dominic Byrd had a great day, couple of sacks on the day, and the Texans defense made the Panthers' life a nightmare. Bryce Young had 7 sacks, 2 interceptions. Jonathan Brooks, mark this down for fantasy guys, got a majority of the work with Chuba Hubbard out. So Jonathan Brooks, the former Texas Longhorn and second-round pick, who has been marred by injuries to his ACL, trying to come back, could potentially be a fantasy steal later in the draft if you're looking for running backs. And the Texans' first-team offense operated smooth, clean. And that's one of those things that you have to take into account because the Texans' defense is so good. Everybody keeps talking about, can that offense catch up? Most of the times in years past, you would just hear about the Texans' defense just ruining training camp, wrecking it to where the offense isn't really getting much solid work done. There's been a day or two like that through camp this year, but for the most part, while the defense has won, it has been better. And then when the Texans' starting offense has gone up against whether it was the Raiders last week in that first preseason game, or you hear about in joint practices, when they face teams that aren't the Texans' defense, there's so much extra space for C.J. Stroud in the pocket and how they run the football and the way the offense operates, which tells me, A, they're holding their own against this defense that is just demolishing teams when the starters are actually in. And B, it could take a significant step this year. Much the same way we talk about the Cowboys all the time on this station, in the fact that you could see that the defense was winning some reps in practice. That wasn't the case last year. The offense did whatever they wanted to, and it should have been a precursor to all of us on how bad that defense was. It was not. This year, they are winning reps. They are doing things that are making lives difficult, and even in their joint practices, whether it was with the Saints or a lot of people's consensus Super Bowl team out of the NFC, the Rams, the defense did an excellent job. Same can be said for the Texans offense when you look at the flip side of that coin. That's how good the Texans defense is. They make a lot of teams look really bad. And I know the Jaden Higgins injury was a big question mark because outside of Nico Collins, what really is there? Of course, you're going to lean heavily on that running game with David Montgomery and Woody Marks, but you're going to use more tight ends. Dalton Schultz is going to have a big role. He usually does, but I also think Foster Moreau and Marvin Klein both are going to have a much more expansive role, and we're going to see more 2 and 3 tight end sets out of the Texans because they were ravished by injuries last year, especially in that tight end room. And now this is more closely aligned to the offense that I think Nick Caley wanted to run the season before, but just didn't have the working parts to do it. It's going to be very interesting to watch how this unfolds after we get out of the preseason into the regular season. Of course, the Texans jump right into the from the furnace to the fire. You open up with teams like the Buffalo Bills in week 1, the Cincinnati Bengals in week 2, the Indianapolis Colts, who were the best team in football before Daniel Jones got hurt last year. That was a team that was rolling, and the offense was rolling. After that, you get the Dallas Cowboys with that improved defense and that offense that went like, it's not an easy start to the season for the Houston Texans, and it doesn't get easier throughout the season either. But going and picking up a Kayshon Boutte for a reserve safety in Jalen Reed, I mean, you solved it. You've got Kalen Bullock, who is a very good and emerging safety, and you saw him in ESPN's top 10 positional list already and makes plays every time he's out on the field. They add Reed Blankenship with his Eagles championship experience on the other side in that back end. You've got Stingley and Lassiter on the corners. It's a good group at every level on that defense. And I think the fact that the Texans have held their own, in a sense, against that upper echelon defense that is going to have those days where it just wrecks practice because that's how good they are, speaks volumes to how far that offense has come in this offseason. My biggest question is, what's that starting offensive line going to look like? Because they have kept that thing under lock and key with what they're trying to do and the ones they're going to roll out. And was Braden Smith going to be one of those ones they were going to roll out on opening day? And how bad is that injury now? Eagle fan says ball control with that defense, that's the winning formula. That's the formula they're trying to enlist. Short passing game, quick hitters, and ball control offense with a dominant running game. They want the offense to mirror the defense. The defense is what they call swarm. People that just get after it. They've enlisted those people with guys like Keelan Rutledge. I think Trent Brown showed that last year. You've got a Nico Collins who's willing to do everything. And then you've added pieces around it that are also willing to do the dirty things like Marlon Klein and Foster Moreau that will get their nose dirty. And it's not about stats. It's about what's best for the team and what's my job and how best to execute it. And I think that's a really big factor in most team settings. Like, everybody wants to get theirs, but some people have to do things so that other people can eat. Joshua Menas on our YouTube live feed says Texans are Houston through and through, trying to get that booty. You missed a T in booty, Josh. And by the way, those rivalry uniforms are absolutely chef's kiss, beautiful. I've seen some of the swag. It's not out, but I've seen it at the Nike store at Nike.com, at Nike shop. That rivalry swag. I've already got my eyes on one of those sleeveless hoodies. Like, I'm going to spend a lot of money in the Nike shop this upcoming season because that white with the H-Town blue and the red, it's just an insanely clean look. And it's going to empty my pocketbook as soon as it gets full enough to be able to afford a bunch of the stuff in there. I'll tell you that much. Joshua Mena says, tough start for the defense, but you're okay if the defense is the one that has to shine out. Plus, the offense can't dominate these bad defenses at the start of the season. It will be a rough season. Sure, but at the same time, we've seen Buffalo's defense take a hit, and now they don't have a defensive coach as their head coach. They've got a new defensive coordinator. They've got pieces that they've lost. We know the Cincinnati Bengals defense is what it is, and they have to be carried by their offense for most of the season. So while it's a tough start and the defense needs to show out, I think the Texans offense can also help out in those first couple of weeks at least with the teams that they do have to face in the early going. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Of course, you can always be a part of the show, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 if you want to be a part of the conversation. As we talked about the Texans joint practice today with the Carolina Panthers, Cowboys are closing out camp this week too. They got another practice today. They're off tomorrow, and then this final preseason game, cut downs, training camp over. They're in their final couple of practices. And last night they had one, and once again, defense shows out. Caleb Downs gets an interception of Dak Prescott. And DeMarvion Overshown, who's going to be asked to do a lot for this defense, and staying healthy is pride and tops among all of that, talked about the impact that Downs had with that interception.
Hey, he's a baller. Look, I'm glad that people got to see it that haven't been paying attention to the media or whatever people his teammates been talking about him. He's a student of the game, man. He wanted to do great his rookie year, so, we pushed him to that, and, he's accepted that. He want to be great, so seeing him make a play like that, that's going to be common.
That's going to be common, and it's something that we've seen throughout camp. He makes plays left and right. Now, first interception of training camp, but always in the vicinity, always making a breakup, always punching out a ball, always seemingly in the right spot. And Caleb Downs isn't the only rookie that I think is going to have an impact on this roster. And we saw it against the Cardinals over the weekend as Jayshon Barham is carving out a role for himself on this team, and I think a very, very special one with his physical nature in which he plays and attacks the line of scrimmage from that linebacker position. And it wasn't just noticed by me. Louis Riddick of ESPN talking about it on This Morning on Get Up when they were talking about guys like Caleb Downs. He said, ho, 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 there's another guy who may be more consequential to this defense.
Look, you know what? We've talked about Caleb Downs all the time when we're talking about who's going to be the focal point of this revamped defense. Remember the name. We'll talk about him later on. Jayshon Barham, their draft pick from Michigan. He, to me, outside of Caleb, maybe even more so than Caleb, I'm just going to say this, may be the most consequential draft pick that they've made this year. This guy could be the best linebacker they have had there since Sean Lee, back in the early 2000s. This guy is that good. Trust me when I say this. Just watch his tape from last week.
And it's easy to see with the way that he played and the violence and the decisiveness of what that can do to impact a defense. And Christian Parker has himself a tool shed. At least, I don't know about the depth of his tool shed, but the guys that he's going to be rolling out week one, whether it's Jalen Thompson or Caleb Downs or Quinnen Williams or Kenny Clark or Von Miller or Donovan Ezaraku or Rashawn Gary or DeMarvion Overshown, they've got the at least front-end talent to be and take a big step with that defense this year. And I don't think it's going to be accidental if they take a huge jump from worst to, say, 12th, 10th in terms of defensive rating this year with what they've done and how they've improved and just the coaching style in which Christian Parker has been able to allow himself to bring in and mold this defense into his own image. And a lot of these guys have that mentality of put my head down, work. It's about the work to get the finished product. Stats be damned. And that's a very, very impressive thing to be able to get that locker room to be able to buy in the way that Brian Schottenheimer, Christian Parker, and that coaching staff has gotten the buy-in from those players to this point. It feels very similar to what's happening in Houston because it feels like there's a lot of buy-in with DeMeco Ryans and how he runs and operates his ship to the way that, despite a very rough first season, Brian Schottenheimer is getting his players. And can we just mention Jerry Jones to buy into this? With the way that the coaching search went, with the way that the offseason went, with the extensions, with the draft, with everything that has gone on to Jerry just being quiet for most of the offseason and not saying something out of pocket and off script, I think that means very, very big things for the Dallas Cowboys in this coming season. And week 4 is going to be a fun one. This has been Extra Innings with Pleasure. Coming up next, we have Rangers baseball as they finish up their series with the White Sox with the rubber game coming up here at 6 o'clock. Remember, call your loved ones, check on them. You never know what people are going through life, and a simple, hey, how you doing, can change everything. This has been Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Star has South Texas' biggest sports stick, enhanced by Dr. Boom Boom Pow. KTFM, Floresville, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.